Max 47. Is that Johnny Red, man? In the building, man. He said it's been a year, man. Yeah, man. I think that's Johnny Red right there. Salute, man. Excuse me. Whew. Damn it out. Yeah, man. We in the building. Another beautiful day, man. On planet Earth, man. Yes, indeed. Salute. How's everybody doing, man? Normally. Yeah, man. We are in the building. What is good? How are you? Me, I'm fine. Me, I'm fine, man. It's a lot going on, man. Definitely a lot going on. Definitely a lot going on, man. We won't go. We're gonna let's see. Give me a city, man. Somebody give me a city, man. Let's start the news. Let's start it like this, son. Give me the news, man. Give me a city, man. What's up, everybody? Joe Curry, the building, Southern Star. 666 Birmingham. All right, Birmingham. Be ham in the building, man. Murder ham. Whatever the niggas call it. I'll be around. Just call me on the phone. I'll be there. I'll never leave you alone. I'll be there.
Birmingham police just announcing the arrest of a young man for a murder from over the summer.
And Michael Higdon has all of the details from the breaking news desk.
Yeah, so details still limited, but the shooting itself happened back in June along Avenue H near Inslee and Fairfield. The Jefferson County Coroner's Office identified the victim as Marion Poole. He was 18 years old. Officers say when they first learned about a person shot on Avenue H after a community member heard gunshots and then actually found the victim. When they arrived, they found Poole with a gunshot wound in an alleyway. He was pronounced dead at the scene. Police say this man, Stephen Traynor, is now behind bars for the shooting. He's being charged with capital murder. Police say Traynor was taken into custody without incident on an unrelated charge last week. He remains behind bars at the Jefferson County Jail, where he will remain without bond.
Damn, that nigga was arrested last week on an unrelated charge. Damn. Birmingham, hot like fire.
Good afternoon. Earlier this afternoon, Birmingham Police Department was called to the 500 block of 25th Street North for an apartment that had been shot into. Fortunately, there was a 15-year-old girl who was killed inside and a 5-year-old boy that was shot in the leg.
I'm sorry.
Wow. That's bananas, man. We gotta see the video. I want to see the story for that.
Birmingham police.
I want to see the news story for that. That's crazy. Yo, These little towns, man. These little towns are so crazy, man.
Birmingham police just announced the arrest of a woman in a domestic-related incident from over the weekend.
Michael Higdon has the details from the breaking news desk.
Yeah, at 2 p.m. yesterday, officers were called to Maple Avenue for a person down. That's in the Powderly area. When officers got to the scene, they found a man who has now been identified as Thomas Williams lying in the roadway unresponsive. He had been shot. The preliminary investigation found that someone in the community actually saw Williams lying in the roadway and called 911. Well, just moments ago, Birmingham police say they arrested this woman, Bonita Brown, in that shooting, and she is being charged with murder. Police say she was taken into custody just hours after the shooting in the Eastlake area. Brown is in the Jefferson County Jail with no bond. This is Birmingham's 75th murder for this year, according to police.
Bonita.
Yeah, Abby, I'm here at I-240 in Eastern. This is all where it finally came to.
Hold on, man. All this stuff ain't happening in oh, this is OKC. Yo, we got to get back to this one, man. Crazy. OKC. Oh, Lord. Let's go back to Birmingham, man.
Birmingham police just announced the arrest of a woman.
Jeez.
Some newly filed court documents confirm UAB offensive lineman Daniel Mincy's arrest is connected to the stabbing of two of his teammates. The redshirt freshman faces.
They probably hazed him. There'd be a lot of hazing going on in college. He wasn't going for all that hazing, man. Try to haze the freshman. Young boy was like, nah, man, y'all took that shit too far. Stop playing with me. Woo! That didn't make Sports Center. That didn't make Sports Center. Shout out to my man Johnny Reb, man. Johnny Reb on we gonna get the dollars. Don't worry, we getting the dollars, Johnny Reb. Do not worry about that on Rumble, man. Shout out to Johnny Reb watching on Rumble. Anybody watching on Rumble, salute to all you guys. Yeah. Let me put this on the screen, man. Shout out to everybody out there, man. Salute to everybody out there. We want to get 20 people to sponsor the show tonight, man. That'll be really, really nice, man. If we get 20 people to sponsor the show tonight, one at a time. That'll be nice. You feel me? I wish you did. This is crazy. This didn't make Sports Center. I saw this on Black and White Sports, though. They covered it, but ain't nobody else covered this, man. This player literally Division I. This ain't no like Mississippi Valley State. This is Division I. I wish Birmingham. We doing Pick a City tonight, right quick, man. We're gonna start off with that, man, because before we get into the main events, man. Birmingham, baby.
Some newly filed court documents confirm UAB offensive lineman Daniel Mincy's arrest is connected to the stabbing of two of his teammates. The redshirt freshman faces aggravated assault and attempted murder charges. According to the criminal complaints, Mincy is accused of trying to kill Jasir Peterson by stabbing him with a knife. He's also accused of assaulting Joshua Underwood with a knife.
The Peterson is a defensive lineman, redshirt freshman for the Blazers. Underwood, a Birmingham native, also a freshman defensive lineman. The stabbing happened Saturday morning inside.
Hey, man, he'd do anything to protect his quarterback. I don't even know if I'd kick him off the team. He's stabbing defensive linemen, man. Shit, what would he do in the game? I would suspend him for a half. I'd be like, you suspended for the first half of the next game, bro. I like your attitude, man.
At the Football Operations Center, interim head coach Alex Mortensen told the media today the injured players are out of the hospital and recovering.
He says he's sat with the players and they've appreciated the thoughts and prayers. UAB went on to play South Florida at home Saturday after assessing the condition of the players and then talking with the rest of the team.
I do want to say that, this has been a very difficult couple days for a lot of players, and they have a tremendous love for each other. That was very evident. And I'm not going to go into a lot of detail about, our time together in our meetings, but I really love this team and love the group of guys we have.
Mincy was booked into the Jefferson County Jail on Saturday afternoon, and that is where he remains today.
Hey, man. Hey, man. I like it, man. He's good. That's the type of offensive lineman you want, though, man. Seriously, though. No joke. No bullshit. You want that type of guy on your offensive line, man. Nasty.
Well, 22 years later, a Birmingham family is still searching for answers in the death of Rodriguez Johnson. WVTM 13 Zoe Blair was at the vigil today as his family and friends honored his life and prayed for answers.
1, 2, 3. We love you, Rodriguez! Rest in heaven.
Carolyn Johnson Turner, joined by friends and family, releasing.
Yo, that's them SNAP benefits. Them benefits is affecting more than just food, man. People ain't got no money for nothing nowadays.
3. We love you, Rodriguez! Rest in heaven.
Carolyn Johnson Turner, joined by friends and family, releasing 22 balloons, one for every year since her son was killed.
Get your balloons, Rodriguez!
He was at a birthday party and he was sitting in his vehicle waiting to go inside the party. He was trying to park his car and some guys had got into a fight out there and they started shooting. And one of the bullets came through Rodriguez's windshield and struck him in his head and killed him.
A loving son.
Jeez. Man. R.I.P. the dude, man. That sucks, man.
At the party, he was trying to park his car and some guys had got into a fight out there and they started shooting. And one of the bullets came through Rodriguez's windshield and struck him in his head and killed him.
A loving son, brother, and dad, Rodriguez Johnson was killed at just 20 years old. More than 2 decades later, his family is still searching for answers.
It's like a life sentence. It's something that you never get over. And because the person is not here and we're dealing with it every day. Birthdays, holidays. Rodriguez was, the year he was killed, that Thanksgiving, he was in the morgue
As she gets ready to celebrate another Thanksgiving without him, she's holding out hope for any kind of closure to the cold case.
We're still hoping for answers. We need some closure. We really do, because it's been so long and I'm tired of going through it. I'm tired of not knowing who did this.
Through this pain, Johnson Turner has worked with local leaders to bring closure to other grieving families as she waits for answers in her own.
We did get the Birmingham Police Department to open a cold case unit to work on cases like Rodriguez's case, because they had so many that were not solved. And we were able to get some of the cases solved through that.
Rodriguez would have turned 42 this year. His mother now helps other families through similar tragedies with her organization, Parents Against Violence, as she continues her own search for justice. Ambassador Zoe Blair, WVTM 13.
Man, that's man. Jeez, man.
In Birmingham's 5 Points South, worn shoes tell stories of survival. This week, volunteers, neighbors, and a local business owner came together to help and walk alongside those who need it most. I joined one man for a few steps to get a glimpse of what it's like in his shoes. They say you can learn a lot about someone by the miles on their shoes. Walk a few steps with Ernest, and you can feel every one.
Well, I'm probably on my feet at least 3 hours a day.
Some miles are earned on quiet morning runs. Others survived on sidewalks, bus stops, nights spent trying to stay warm.
When my money runs out, well, I have to go to the street until I get more money.
Such a walk.
Oh, and that's Scott. 14 years on the streets. 14 years of miles nobody counts, except the shoes he wears through. Behind the fountain and in...
All right, that's enough. Salute to those guys, man. Oh, we got some white boy, man.
This just into the newsroom. A man charged with murder after a fatal shooting in Silacquagga nearly a week ago. The Talladega County Sheriff's Office says Joshua Bettis was arrested today. Last Saturday, detectives investigated a report of a shooting at a home on Odina Road North. Detectives say Frank Davies, the fourth, was found shot inside his house. Bettis is in the Talladega County Jail.
Man, a lot going on in Birmingham, Jesus Christ. Shit. Even the gliders getting in on it.
Some midfield drivers say the city's new cameras to catch speeders are ticketing them even when they're not speeding. But the city leaders say that they work just fine. WVTM 13's Lisa Crane spoke to some of the people who have received citations, and she shows us how these cameras work.
This is one of 3 speed detecting cameras in Midfield. It went active in August, and it has been busy. Bridget Burrell says she received 3 violations within 10 days, and she insists she was not speeding in the 30-mile-per-hour zone.
It stated that I was going 45 miles per hour, and that's in a school district area. So I know that I'm not going fast like that driving around children because I have a child of my own.
There are signs letting drivers know about the cameras. Burrell says she believes they aren't calibrated correctly.
If I was speeding, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but I know that those cameras are there.
Was she speeding, y'all? Was she speeding? Who you siding with, man? The city or the man? Who you siding with, the city or the system? He said she was speeding, man.
About the cameras. Burrell says she believes they aren't calibrated correctly.
If I was speeding, I wouldn't have a problem with it, but I know that those cameras are there. And like I said, I've seen that thing take pictures of people's cars, and they're not even going fast at all.
The citations are issued to the registered owner of the vehicle. In this case, that's Burrell's father. On social media, people in the area are talking about the new cameras, many agreeing with Burrell, saying they don't believe they were speeding either. The mayor insists, though, the cameras are working correctly. One person reports getting 6 citations within 2 weeks. The police chief tells me these citations don't add points to your driving record or impact your car insurance. Typically, the company that installs the cameras, in this case, Vera Mobility out of Arizona, keeps a portion of the fines as their payment. But the police chief told me today he's not sure how the $110 per violation cost is divvied up. Burrell's mother says she's meeting with the mayor next week about the 3 they've received. She feels the city is trying to make money off residents in the area, many who are on fixed incomes.
I'm not going to stop because I'm not only concerned about myself, but I'm concerned about all these other people who are getting tickets. They're not going to be able to pay these tickets.
In Midfield, Lisa Crane, WVTM 13.
I think the sister was man. I think the sister was speeding. She can't come to grips with the fact that she was speeding. Let's see what else is going on.
Right now, a series of break-ins at a Birmingham business is causing some major problems for the owner. Thanks for joining us at 5. I'm Carla Wade.
And I'm Brittany Decker. Yeah, he told us today that he has had more than one break-in in a single day. And because of that, he can't even get his business up and running.
We want to bring in WVTM 13's Lisa Crane. She's live and local in the Smithfield neighborhood this evening. Lisa, what have you been seeing out there?
Well, the owner of this building on the corner of 4th Avenue and 6th Street North is working hard to get it renovated. He's trying to open a daycare here, but he's having some trouble. And you can see that here. All the windows and doors on the building boarded up. He says he's had multiple break-ins and property damage over the last several months, so he can't even get his business off the ground. And he says a firehouse shelter, a homeless shelter, just a couple of blocks in that direction, is the problem. Joe Holt has big plans for this building, but he says the people coming from a nearby homeless shelter are killing his dream of turning it into a daycare.
Lo and behold, here's somebody right here now. And they're actually stealing right alive.
Holt, he says he's caught people breaking into his building and causing damage more than a dozen times.
All right, I'm about to call police. Y'all supposed to be here.
Holt says calling the police hasn't done much good.
Show us some receipts.
No, I don't have to show you nothing. You see the damage.
Show me
I don't have to show. I got to show it.
Even when they've caught people inside the building, he says officers have let them go, telling him he needed receipts for the doors and windows they broke to get in if he wanted them charged with damaging his property.
They get tired of coming, but I can't help if I have to keep calling you because things are happening with my business from the shelter. So I just want to see stuff put in place to help.
This is a fucking travesty, man. This is fucking awful. This fucking brother got to deal with this shit. You believe this shit? These niggas coming in this business and shit, stealing shit from the shelter. This is a fucking travesty, man.
Responsibility for what the people who stay in their shelter do to the surrounding community. Most of the businesses around him are shut down or burned out. Holt says it's because of the people attracted to the area by the shelter.
They get a lot of grant funding. They should be able to have security down there. They should have people clean up daily. If you go across the street, it's trash everywhere because they eat and they throw it everywhere. So it blows down this way and trash is like we see blowing right now as we speak. And so it comes from the shelter.
Now, we reached out to officials at Firehouse Shelter about this story, and they sent us a statement saying, in part, Firehouse Ministries does not condone or take responsibility for any unlawful actions committed by individuals who participate in our programs. It goes on to say, we welcome the opportunity to meet with the business owner and other community members to discuss concerns and explore solutions that strengthen safety and trust for all. Holt says, though, he is not going to let these criminals run him out of this community. He wants to open his business right here in Smithfield. Live in Birmingham, Lisa Crane, WVTM 13.
Wow. Birmingham is a mother. Right. Birmingham is a motherfucker, man. Hey, don't move to Birmingham, yo. Don't move to Birmingham.
Some breaking news to report right now. A trustful man has been arrested for murder in the Central Pratt community.
The shooting itself happened back at the end of August, but Birmingham police have just announced this arrest. Michael Higdon is following it from the breaking news desk.
Birmingham police were called to a home along 6th Lane in the Central Pratt neighborhood just after 10 p.m. on August 29th. And when they got there, they found Robert Mitchell, who had been shot. He was lying in the grassy area next to a home in that area. Well, this man, Brian Alexander Smith, has now been charged with Mitchell's murder. Details are still limited as to what happened that led up to the shooting, or if the two actually knew one another, or if it was random. Smith was taken into custody without incident today, according to police. He has been booked into the Jefferson County Jail, where he is being held without bond.
Jeez. All this has happened in the last few days in Birmingham. I'm in a bow shot. Give me another city, man. Give me another city, man. Jeez, please. Whew. Give me another city, chat. Everybody hit that like button too, man. We're trying to get how many likes we can get. Also, take the $5 challenge, sponsor the show. Take the $5 challenge, sponsor the show. My man said, Jafrica. 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 Shout out to everybody watching on Rumble, man. Salute to everybody watching on Rumble. Shout out to Emin Muil. He says it's the juice, the juice. Everything can't be their fault, man. Come on, man. Come on, Emin Muil. Let's see if we can find that there might be another culprit, man. It's not always the juice, man. Jackson, Mississippi, man. We going to Jackson, Mississippi, man. Whew. Jackson, Mississippi. Whew.
A federal funding fight is raising new fears tonight, and Mississippi families who rely on housing vouchers could soon feel the fallout. Congress has until January 30th to finalize the Housing and Urban Development budget, a bill that funds rental assistance and homelessness programs across the country. Advocates say current bills fall short of allowing for renewal of housing choice vouchers. 1 in 4 Mississippi families who qualify for rental help actually receive it. Any cuts would mean fewer reissued vouchers and longer waiting lists. Mississippi providers are also watching a new federal rule change that is already causing a crisis in Louisiana. HUD's new funding formula limits community spending to just 1/3 of their money on permanent housing, forcing the rest into shelters and short-term programs. Local agencies say they have only weeks to act before people can lose their homes.
Hey, man, these people, I'm convinced, man, and I've been convinced that the majority of these people out here in the street, man, they want to be there. They want to be there. And I'm not saying that like a bad thing. They just like the street, the freedom. Think about it. These motherfuckers don't have any responsibilities. They don't have to pay bills. They don't have to show up nowhere on time. You know what I mean? They don't have the pressure of meeting expectations. These people live a fairly, nice life. If you consider like hundreds of years ago, everybody lived like this. Hundreds of years ago, everyone lived like this. Thousands of years ago, everyone lived like this. You know? You made your little house out of makeshift materials and you lived in it. They got tents. I think these people actually like living out there, man. I don't think these people are being put out having to live on the street.
Cox is serving 65 years. Toria Cox was tearful in court Monday morning as she changed her plea to guilty to second-degree murder and kidnapping charges. She was set to go to trial on December 8th.
If I can change it all, I would, but I can't.
The tears did not move the Hinds County District Attorney, who says Cox had multiple opportunities to intervene.
That did not move me at all. She could have done more. She should have done more. The most moving thing for me, at least, was to find that she had 3 small kids herself. 3 small kids who were able to sexually abuse a child and let a child die in front of you.
The time that she will serve is going to be 40 years for murder and 25 years for kidnapping.
She's nice,
that time will
yo.
be served.
Kendall Jones is nice, man. I ain't even gonna lie, man. Kendall Jones is nice, yo. What do you think? Smash, yo? Smash? Shout out to my man, Anthony Madison. Greetings from Cairns, Australia in the building. Huh? Smash? Smash? Yeah, smash. She's all right, man. She's okay. She's all right. She's okay, yeah.
Currently.
Woo! It's Africa, man. So much going on in Africa, man.
News today, a judge denied bond for the suspect in a deadly drive-by shooting on Tougaloo Street. It happened November 17th. Officers learned the victim, Lawrence McElroy Jr., was walking out of his home when someone drove by and opened fire. Frederick Wright is facing multiple charges, including murder and possession of a firearm and a machine gun conversion device.
Thank you all for being here today. And thank you to our HUD Secretary,
Oh, no, we're not
Scott
about
Turner.
to watch this, man.
News today, a judge.
We're not about to watch that. Let's see my man right here.
6:55 this morning, the Simpson County Sheriff's Office has arrested a suspect they say was a danger to society. The man on your screen is 39-year-old Tony Keys. He's been connected to several violent crimes over the weekend. He was taken into custody overnight. And according to the Simpson County Sheriff's Office Facebook page, many people in the community breathing a sigh of relief to have him behind bars.
The community breathing a sigh of relief to have him behind bars. Damn.
Well, tonight, the Simpson County Sheriff's Office is encouraging the community to lock their doors and put away their valuables. This man on your screen, 39-year-old Tony Lewis Keys, is wanted by the Sheriff's Office and is considered armed. Keys has been connected to several violent crimes over the last 48 hours. He was last seen wearing black pants and shoes with a dark top. If you've seen Keys or know where he may be, you're encouraged to contact the Simpson County Sheriff's Office.
Wow. Yeah, I mean, typical Jafrica, man. Typical Jafrica. You know, a bunch of shootings, a bunch of shit. But you know, not too much, man. Give me another city, man. Give me another city, man. Give me another city, man.
Where I go, you go, we go. You're always there.
Shout out to Jafrica, man. Y'all been acting good lately, man. Shout out to Jafrica. Jafrica's been acting really nice lately, man. They didn't have too much crime, man. That was good for them. For them, that was good. I know they're gonna be like, that was abysmal. But yeah, but for Jafrica, man, that was good, man. Let's see. What city we going to next? My man said, Durham. I see you, Houston. I see you, Houston. I see you, Houston. Naptown, Indy. Yikes. Let's see Durham, man. Durham, man. Durham. Gee.
We've got some great news for you.
Now at 6, attorneys for the man accused of killing a Wake Med police officer earlier this month says his mental health is to blame.
Benji Martin Jr. appeared in court for the first time this afternoon, charged with Officer Roger Smith's murder. CBS 17's Baron James is live for us at the Wake County Justice.
Thank you for your service, Roger James. Who killed this? Who killed this veteran police officer? They just wanted to serve his community. Who killed this veteran police officer, guys? This is a freaking shame, man. Who killed this veteran police officer?
Jr. appeared in court for the first time this afternoon, charged with Officer Roger Smith's murder. CBS 17's Baron James is live for us at the Wake County Justice Center with that. And Baron, a few people showed up to support Martin Jr.
Indeed, they did. Rod and Angela, his family, friends, and attorney all watched as the judge denied bond for the suspect.
Sir, you've been charged with first-degree murder.
Suspect spoke in court only to answer to his name. Benji Martin Jr.'s defense attorney told the court via a pretrial motion that an unarmed Mr. Martin went to the Wake Med Gunner emergency room to seek help for mental anguish after he and his fiancee lost their unborn twins. Police said a struggle occurred between Martin and Officer Roger Smith in the ER lobby on November 8th. The altercation led to gunfire, killing Officer Smith in the line of duty and leaving Martin hospitalized for 2 weeks with a gunshot wound. Martin was released from the hospital this past Friday. It's unclear how both men ended up shot.
What's important to us is that Mr. Martin Jr. Benji receives a fair trial and that all of the facts are presented.
Martin's family and attorney want police to share security video from the ER and any gunshot residue results for both Officer Smith and Martin from the fatal scuffle.
And we believe that those material evidences will prove to be very enlightening in this case.
59-year-old Officer Roger Smith served in law enforcement for nearly 30 years, first with Nightdale, then Wake Med. The Martin family offered condolences to the Smith family.
We have all held them in prayer during their time of bereavement, and we hope that they are being consoled and will find peace, even in the midst of these developments.
And the judge said that Benji Martin Jr. faces life in prison without parole or the death penalty if he's convicted on the first-degree murder charge. We're downtown Raleigh, outside the Wake County Justice Center. Baron James, CBS 17 News.
All right, Baron, thank you.
29-year-old Benji Martin is charged with the murder of WakeMed officer Roger Smith. You'll remember that shooting happened inside the Garner Healthplex, right outside the emergency room. And tonight we're learning Martin could face the death penalty. Dewan Hogard was inside that downtown Raleigh courtroom.
Should they give this nigga the death penalty, guys? Should they give this Negro the death penalty?
Joins us live outside our downtown Raleigh newsroom with the details now. Dewan.
Well, Steve, this afternoon we learned brand new details from the defense attorneys about what may have happened there the morning of November 8th at the WakeMed Healthplex there in Garner. And according to a court filing, defense attorneys for Benji Martin claimed that he went there to the Healthplex to seek mental health treatment after he and his fiance suffered a miscarriage, and he was there to get some help.
Benji Martin Jr. Sir, you've been charged with first-degree murder. The max
29-year-old Benji Martin making his first court appearance this afternoon. Martin arrested and charged with murder for allegedly shooting and killing 59-year-old WakeMed police officer Roger Smith at WakeMed Healthplex Garner on November 8th.
The maximum sentence for that, sir, is life without the possibility of parole or the death penalty, sir.
Law enforcement says there was an apparent struggle inside the emergency room lobby that ultimately left Smith dead. Martin was also shot and was released from the hospital this past Friday before appearing in front of a Wake County magistrate. According to court documents obtained by Eyewitness News, the defense for Martin claims he was seeking mental health treatment after his fiancée suffered a miscarriage while being pregnant with twins.
Send him to the doctors to get help, and we end up like this. And that's not fair to him. He was wanting help. He wasn't wanting to hurt anybody.
The family says law enforcement has said they have footage of the encounter between Officer Smith and Martin and has yet to see it. In court, the prosecution did not provide any details about the case just 1 week after Officer Smith was laid to rest.
Also want to send out our condolences for the officer and his family. We, the family, ask for prayers, we ask for compassion, and we ask for fairness, as we trust that justice will prevail.
And I spoke today to Wake County District Attorney Lauren Freeman about this. She says that her office, let alone her, will not be speaking publicly at all about this case at this time. Benji Martin due back in court December the 15th. We're live in downtown Raleigh tonight. Dewan Hogard, ABC 11, Eyewitness News.
Yeah, we're staying.
29-year-old Benji Martin.
Wow. What a way to go out. This is what
A Sampson County woman is dead after being attacked by a stray dog.
Police say people in the neighborhood took turns feeding it, including Barbara Brewington. CBS 17 Shanila Kabir spoke to her relatives who say she loved her family, her 3 children.
This is why you carry mace, man. This is exactly one of the reasons why I carry mace. This is one of the reasons why I carry mace.
Sampson County woman is dead after being attacked by a stray dog.
Police say people in the neighborhood took turns feeding it, including Barbara Brewington. CBS 17 Shanila Kabir spoke to her relatives who say she loved her family, her 3 children, and every single animal.
She's really just a puzzle piece that holds everything together, if you know what I mean.
This motherfucker. God. Look at this motherfucker. Man. Jeez. Look at this cocksucker right here, man. Jeez. Fuck.
After she was just gone, it just felt like everything was gone, but she's still with us here in our hearts and in our minds.
38-year-old Barbara Brewington is remembered as an amazing mom and the ultimate animal lover.
If a raccoon came up in her yard and was friendly, she would have taken care of it. She had the biggest heart. She not only loved people, she loved animals, she loved life.
Her family says Barbara was one of a few neighbors that cared for a stray dog that roamed through the woods near their home, and it was that dog that attacked and killed her.
My heart goes out to the family.
I know it had to be tragic to them, but it's unfortunate that it happened.
Deputies were called to a home along Peavine Road on Sunday, where they found Brewington severely injured. EMS began life-saving measures, but she died shortly after. Investigators say the stray dog got into a fight with one of Barbara's dogs. She tried to break it up, and the stray dog then began attacking her. Barbara's husband said they were married for 9 years.
He was a loving, caring, beautiful Rose. We're going to miss her so much. She just filled everybody's life up with happiness and just made them feel like they were just so loved. And
The sheriff's office says it was a medium-sized mixed breed that killed Barbara. Sheriff Jimmy Thornton says animal control euthanized the dog, and it's now in Raleigh for further testing. Her family says despite their grief, they believe Monday's sunny skies are a reminder Barbara is still with them.
We have so many pictures of this as the background with the sunset. I mean, she was an angel on earth.
I'm Shneil Kabir, CBS 17 News.
Salute to her, man.
Happening today, the man accused of killing WakeMed police officer.
Salute to her, man. She went out like that, man. That sucks, man. That's a fucking shitty way to go out, man. Whoa. Fucking dog, stray dog, you feed them, you start feeding them and shit. And then that motherfucker kills your ass. God damn. Fuck. That sucks.
We're following some breaking news tonight in West Raleigh. We're told one man is in the hospital fighting for his life after being shot on Buck Jones Road. As CBS 17's Harrison Grubb reports, officers were called to an apartment complex shortly before 8 o'clock.
Raleigh police spent several hours on scene here tonight on Buck Jones Road after a man was shot and seriously injured. Officers rushed to this housing complex just before 7:45 Sunday night.
Calls about his son got shot in the chest and leg.
Paramedics rushed the victim to the hospital with what police are calling life-threatening injuries. Raleigh police say they took a man in custody and that he and the victim know each other. The shooting, they say, was not random. This is an ongoing investigation. As we learn more, we'll keep you updated both on air and online at CBS17.com. In Raleigh, Harrison Grubb, CBS 17 News.
These little towns, man, they prove our point, man. All you need is a little bit of sun, man. A little bit of sun. A little bit of sun, man. Yeah, wow. They had a mass shooting the other day in fucking, oh my God. They had a mass shooting down here the other day. We didn't hear nothing about that.
At 6, 3 people are in custody in connection with a shooting that injured 4 people during a holiday tree lighting in Concord, North Carolina.
Yo!
People who were.
Oh, that's the same one. Okay. That's the one we covered the other day. I was about to say another tree lighting mass shooting. I was about to say, God damn. You niggas need to, man. And if we get one more tree lighting mass shooting out of you niggas, I'm going to say, man, reinstitute slavery, man. Y'all niggas is out of control. Y'all shooting up tree lighting ceremonies. Fuck. Y'all are shooting up tree lighting ceremonies. Salute to everybody watching on Rumble. Shout out to everybody watching on Rumble, man. Y'all are shooting up tree lighting ceremonies everywhere.
attending the event say they were watching a dance performance last night when someone started shooting around 7:30 p.m. Investigators say two of the people hurt have been identified as the shooters. Two 17-year-olds were also hurt. One remains in the critical condition tonight. The other has been treated and released. The remainder of the tree lighting ceremony was canceled.
All right. Oh, man, they canceled the rest of the tree lighting ceremony. In Chicago, when they had the shooting down there by the tree lighting ceremony, they kept it pushing. These canceled it. Wow, man. Salute to my man Eric S., man. Eric S., man, Ock Nation Hall of Fame, man. Once again. He says, eating a 24-ounce ribeye seasoned to perfection, having a cold one, watching one of the most educational shows on YouTube. Man, I know you love steak, man, and you keep talking about steak, man. I got to go get a steak tomorrow, man. This steak is, I ran out of beef, man. I love steak, man. Jesus. Ribeye. Man. You living a life right now, man. My man is living a life right now with a ribeye.
Annual tree lighting event is one of our most cherished and celebrated events in downtown Concord. That sense of safety was shattered tonight by senseless gunfire.
I'm pretty shaken up about it. I'm kind of scared to come back for next year's. I don't know what's going to happen, and I'm pretty sad that we didn't get.
Yeah, but here's the thing. You're scared to come back for next year's. Poor white man. Having to share space with niggas is rough. We are incompatible in a lot of ways, man. America forces it. And no, I'm not saying white people are perfect or they don't have vices or they don't get angry. But I'm just saying, look, man, every city we've done Jacksonville, we've done Jackson, Birmingham, now we're doing Durham. And niggas, it's almost all niggas doing this shit everywhere we go. That's one of the things why I play Pick a City, because we looking for a town where there's white people, you know, doing the same things black people do. And we never find one. Ever.
To see it happen, like the tree lighting.
The city of Concord did continue with their 97th annual Christmas parade as planned this afternoon. Now, west of the Triangle tonight, neighbors in one North Carolina city is determined to recover from a horrific act of gun violence that abruptly ended a holiday tree lighting ceremony this weekend. Concord police say 3 people are now charged in connection with that Friday night shooting that injured 4 people. As Rachel Richardson reports, neighbors were determined to support their city and the spirit of the holidays.
People in Concord came back out to the downtown area to continue celebrating the upcoming holiday season. So many have said that they believe that it was important to keep going to bring this community together. Saturday, the streets of downtown Concord were filled with people welcoming the holiday season at the city's annual Christmas parade. But less than 24 hours before,
Look at the crowd. Look at the crowd. I want to show you the crowd. Look at the crowd. And niggas come down there shooting. And these white people can't say shit about it because they scared they're gonna be called racist by other white people. They can't say shit about it because they're scared they're gonna be called racist by other white people. Look at that crowd. All them white people came down there. They wasn't expecting no niggas to have a shootout down there. They wasn't expecting little fucking niggers to have shootouts down there. Shout out to Deluxe 247, aka Coward, aka the real MVP, coming through once again. We're looking for 20 people to sponsor tonight's programming. If you could do that by PayPal, Cash App, or Super Chat, it'd be really great. Look at this though. Let me drop the link. Let me drop the link, man. If you want to come up, man, come up, man. Let me drop the link, man. Let me drop the link. Baby, come back.
Christmas parade. But less than 24 hours before, people were leaving this area after shots were fired.
Despite yesterday's incident that happened in our little downtown, we wanted to come here and still celebrate and not have that ruined for us.
The Atalano family opened Charo's Mexican restaurant less than a year ago. They say they were excited for the holiday season and were a full house on Friday.
It was our first year here, so we were expecting a lot of people. We were so happy, everybody was having a good time.
Friday around 7:30, Concord police say the shooting happened.
Even the Hombritos tired of this shit. Even the Hombritos like, shit, man. I came over here for free stuff, not free bullets.
Everybody was having a good time.
Friday around 7:30, Concord police say the shooting happened on Union Street South near the intersection of Corbin Avenue. When the shots were fired, the Atalanos said that as many as 200 people came into the restaurant to seek shelter in the kitchen.
My first reaction was, going straight to the door, open the doors for people to come in, and that's where I heard they were shot.
Concord's Mayor Bill Dush says that after nearly 100 years of holiday celebrations, city leaders wanted the Christmas parade and events to continue to show people what the city is really about.
We always try to keep our community first and foremost for us. This is an opportunity for them to see what Concord is about, and we're so happy to have it today. So proud of them coming out and cheering us on.
The Atalano family says they want the holiday tradition to continue, and they say they look forward to being a part of it.
Like I say, Concord is strong, and we hoping that everybody's going to go back to it's going to be normal again, and just have a good time.
The Concord Police Department is continuing to ask anyone that may have additional information to reach out to them.
Now, 3 people are in custody.
I just saw a story in Oklahoma I want to show y'all. You have anybody in the back? I just saw a story in Oklahoma I want to show y'all. Shout out to Adolf Diversity, man. Now he's Adolf LG, Adolf LBTQT. Oh man. Can I just call you Adolf Diversity, man? Can I just call you Adolf Diversity, man? Please, man. There was something. Where is that? Oh, well, I saved it on the other channel. Let me just go ahead back and watch it on the other channel. Jesus Christ. There we go.
Came to an end. Yeah, Abby, I'm here at I-240 and Eastern. This is all where it finally came to an end. Police finally caught up with the suspect right over here, right off the interstate. You can see the crime scene tape right there. Officers say that he actually crashed going the wrong way. And police tell me there's still a lot they don't know at this time, including why this all happened.
What I was telling myself was that it
wasn't fatal.
Disbelief from the family of 18-year-old Serenity Renee Burton. One of two people police say Deontay Hawthorne shot Saturday morning at Lyons Estates on Northeastern Avenue.
Deontay Hawthorne killed her. What was she doing? Oh yeah, she like black guys. In down south, a lot of towns, and even up here in Pennsylvania, a lot of these little towns, that used to be all white, and then the niggas come to the town and just kind of like put their imprint on it. And a lot of those towns, man, these little girls, these little white girls, little cute white girls or whatever, or whoever, the hot white girls or whatever, they dating fucking Deontay and Marquavius. Yeah, that shit is so true.
Wasn't fatal.
Disbelief from
Look
the
at her
family
dad.
of 8.
Look at her dad. Look at her parents. Both of her parents got tattoos. One got it on her chest. He got it on his neck. He did time. He probably did some time. This one right here. Damn, look at her parents. Their daughter was fucking for some goddamn Negro. I bet they're not even mad about it. I bet they just like, it's just so normal in their little town. Probably just normal.
18-year-old Serenity Renee Burton. One of two people police say Deontay Hawthorne shot Saturday morning at Lyons Estates on Northeastern Avenue. Police say Hawthorne shot Serenity and her boyfriend around 4 a.m. Her boyfriend was released from the hospital later that day.
What we had known about the situation was that the roommate is never there. He's always working at nights and he's never there, So she said that they pretty much had the house to themselves.
Meanwhile, police say Hawthorne took off to Northeast 12th and Eastern, where he stole a man's Hyundai Tucson at gunpoint. That was around 7:30 a.m. That person was found lying on the ground and later died in the hospital from a medical episode. Then, just before noon, a second carjacking happened. Hawthorne stole a white pickup truck, leaving the Hyundai. That person wasn't hurt. Then, just before 12:30 p.m., Hawthorne made it to Northeast 26th Street. Police say he shot 44-year-old Lennox Richardson, killing him. Police didn't say if there's any connection between him and the shooter.
So this nigga just went around town shooting people. Didn't hear a peep about it. Have any press one if you've heard of it before now? This happened a few days ago. 2 days ago, maybe. Press one if you heard anything about this, man. Anywhere. This nigga shot 4 people. Killed 4 people. He went around and just killed 4 people in the city. This shit is crazy. And you didn't hear about it. I didn't hear about this until now.
Pretty much had the house to themselves.
Meanwhile, police say Hawthorne took off to Northeast 12th and Eastern, where he stole a man's Hyundai Tucson at gunpoint. That was around 7:30 a.m. That person was found lying on the ground and later died in the hospital from a medical episode. Then, just before noon, a second carjacking happened. Hawthorne stole a white pickup truck, leaving the Hyundai. That person wasn't hurt. Then, just before 12:30 p.m., Hawthorne made it to Northeast 26th Street. Police say he shot 44-year-old Lennox Richardson, killing him. Police didn't say if there's any connection between him and the shooter. Officers finally spotted Hawthorne around Southeast 44th and Eastern, chasing him until he crashed on I-240 and Eastern while he was driving the wrong way. Get this. Jeez. Then he tried robbing a third person at gunpoint. Someone hit him with a truck. Then he was hit by a second vehicle, got up again, and was shot by a police sergeant. Hawthorne was taken to the hospital where he died. And that sergeant is on paid administrative leave, as is routine with all these types of investigations. But in the meantime, this guy has a long rap sheet. He just got out of jail for the last time 6 years ago. He had a warrant here in 2025, here over the summer. I'm going to bring you all those details here tonight at 6. For now, live in Oklahoma City, Chantal Navarro, KOCO 5 News.
Chantel, yesterday, her father and sister say they got calls from her boyfriend saying Serenity was shot. Tonight, they're holding her memory close.
I've never felt anything like this in my life. I'm just trying to stay strong so I can just honor her and set her to rest peacefully.
According to her family, Serenity was one of 3 people killed in yesterday's crime spree that started in Moore and ended in Oklahoma City. According to her father, she was living inside the apartment with her boyfriend, whose name was left out of the story, and a 34-year-old gunman in Moore. Early Saturday morning, she and her boyfriend were both shot by their roommate. She was pronounced dead on scene by police. Her boyfriend is now recovering.
She'd only been in there 2 weeks. What we had known about the situation was that the roommate is never there. He's always working at nights, and he's never there, you know. So she said that they pretty much had the house to themselves. We had more knowledge of everything being a good environment. Teenage girl, you know, she wanted her privacy, and she was just trying to spread her wings. Wrong place.
Serenity's death was one of 4 in the crime spree police say that started in Moore and ended in Oklahoma City. According to Oklahoma City police, the suspect carjacked multiple vehicles and shot 3 people, the third dying from an apparent medical episode after having their car stolen. Now, before the suspect was shot and killed by police in the area of I-240 and Eastern Avenue, we expect to learn more details come Monday. For now, the incidents remain under active investigation. More police say their incidents are separate investigations until they get the identity of Oklahoma City suspect from the medical examiner. You can hear more of our conversation tonight at 10 o'clock. In the meantime, if you'd like to support the family, we will have the link to the GoFundMe on our website. Reporting live, Olivia Hickey, KMCO 5 News.
Came to an end.
It's just crazy that story, like, you didn't hear shit about that. Nowhere. Nowhere did you hear anything about that. It's a shame, man.
Colorado State QB Darius Curry spits or spat on a boy.
Wow.
From Fox 5 News, this is Good Day Atlanta at 8 a.m.
A double shooting in Southwest Atlanta leaves one person dead and sends another to the hospital. We are live at Grady with how the survivor's doing.
And another Georgia football player is in hot water this morning. Nair Daniels and his mother are both behind bars. We'll tell you why.
Yo. Yeah, if they got rid of niggas, man, there wouldn't be no crime. There wouldn't be no fucking crime. This shit is ridiculous, man. Wow. Let's go to Memphis, man.
First at 5 on your news leader, U.S. Attorney General Pam Bondi returns to Memphis with state leaders to talk about the progress being made by the Memphis Safe Task Force. Good evening and thanks for joining us. I'm Greg Hurst.
Hi, I'm Stephanie Skurlock. The task force briefing wrapped up a short time ago at the Office of Preparedness out at Shelby Farms. WREG's Mike Suriani is there and has a recap of what was said. Mike?
Hey, good afternoon to you, Stephanie and Greg. Let me tell you that just a few minutes ago, before or as the event was breaking up inside, there was a large group of protesters outside here in front of the Office of Emergency Preparedness in East Memphis. The group actually approached the front door of the building, and at that time there was a large number of police vehicles showed up, flashing blue lights, sirens, and the crowd, still very loud, expressing their protest, moved on and dispersed into the area here. Now, the motorcade has left with the Attorney General, who informed us that she and some of the other dignitaries are going to be heading over to serve Thanksgiving dinner to some of the members of the many agencies that are involved here. Attorney General Bondi expressing her commitment to this effort, her thanks to President Trump and to all of those involved. The director of HUD talking about a HUD hotline that is going to be made available to help persons in low-income housing develop a safer lifestyle. Senator Marsha Blackburn praising the over 30 different agencies involved in this effort, as she said, to make Memphis the safest city in the U.S. Senator Bill Haggerty calling this a unique opportunity to make a difference, changing the crime numbers in Memphis and pledging the proper resources to continue this going forward. Governor Bill Lee spoke about lifting the weight of the burden of crime off of Memphians and called this an historic moment. Now, we have a soundbite from Pam Bondi. Let's go ahead and play that and hear what she had to say.
Unfortunately, the safety of our community has been compromised by some judges who continue to obstruct our efforts. I wish they are all watching this, and I hope they're seeing what we're doing here in Memphis. We will not coddle violent criminals at the expense of law-abiding citizens.
And it was pointed out, excuse me, it was pointed out today that during this effort so far, there has been over 3,000 arrests, and that includes persons who are wanted for murder, for drugs, sexual predators, and in the process, 121 missing children have been recovered. Now, coming up later on our news, we'll have more on today's session here with the Attorney General and some of the other dignitaries. Reporting for your news leader live in East Memphis, Mike Suriani, WREG News Channel 3.
All right. Thank you, Michael.
Let's see this one.
Tonight, 3 teenagers are now charged in a brutal attack that left a man dead in downtown Jacksonville. They are just 13, 16, and 19 years old. And we are naming the juvenile suspects because of the nature of their charges, and they will all be tried as adults. Our Cindy DeShawn has been digging through arrest reports tonight to uncover what happened in the hours leading up to this savage attack, Sydney.
Yeah, Heather, and investigators say the man who was homeless was beaten not once, not twice, but 3 times, all within about an hour downtown. A witness spoke up and police found the 3 teens within just hours of the attack.
3 young suspects, just 13, 16, and 19 years old, now charged as adults in the murder of 64-year-old Roger Borkham, 13-year-old Justin Curry, who was indicted by a Duval County grand jury, 16-year-old Robert Pope, and 19-year-old Markavian Lacey. Detectives say Borkham, who was homeless, was beaten 3 separate times over the course of a little more than an hour back on October 19th. An arrest report revealing officers were called to 110 North Hogan Street. And when they arrived, they found Borkham unconscious near a doorway, blood pooling on the sidewalk. First responders took him to the hospital and Borkum died 4 days later. The medical examiner ruling his death a homicide caused by blunt force trauma. The arrest report reveals a witness told police he saw 3 teenagers kicking and stomping the victim before running off. Hours after the attack, officers located the suspects half a mile away and took them into custody. Police say they also linked the suspects to a separate incident that night, a robbery on Forsyth Street. Surveillance video obtained by detectives shows the suspects approaching the victim multiple times. Video captures the group beating the victim, rummaging through his backpack, and returning to the scene to attack him again. State Attorney Melissa Nelson says the juvenile justice system is neither designed nor equipped to handle offenders or offenses of this magnitude. By bringing the case into circuit court, Nelson says authorities can ensure the level of accountability, supervision, and judicial oversight that the facts demand.
Now, the sheriff's office is also calling the case a heartbreaking reminder of how young some offenders have become. They urge parents to get involved in their child's lives and make use of resources to keep kids out of trouble before it's too late. Heather.
So young. Sydney, thank you.
Let's see what else is going on. Wow, look at this one. Yikes.
And we're hearing from a woman tonight who lost her son and granddaughter.
They were shot and killed over the weekend, and police say an argument in a parking lot is what led to the gunfire. Fox 10's Hypocrisy shares how the family is processing this loss.
Yeah, good evening, Christina and John. Instead of planning a happy Thanksgiving get-together, this family now planning 2 funerals, one for Quincy Polk and one for his 8-year-old daughter, Envy Cardenas. Meanwhile, Envy's mother is left in the hospital continuing to fight for her life, and a 5-year-old daughter was also shot, and she will have a permanent reminder of this tragic day. Now, there is a memorial that has been set up outside in the parking lot where all of this happened. The glow of the candles and the stuffed animals surrounding the lamppost, just a reminder of the lives lost.
I feel like part of my life is gone. Like, I ain't never gonna see my son smile no more. I'm not gonna be able to get them big hugs where he can pick me up off my feet no more. I ain't gonna be able to get 1,000,001 questions from my grandbaby no more.
Jo Ezra Martin says losing her son Quincy and 8-year-old granddaughter Envy this past weekend is almost too much to bear.
I got a double whammy. I can't even get time to like grieve in between because I don't have just one funeral. I got 2 funerals I gotta prepare for.
Court documents show the father and daughter were shot inside their car in a parking lot near 19th Avenue and Baseline after an alleged tailgating incident led to a fight between Quincy and Tyrone DiCilli. Witnesses told police Quincy's fiance.
Wow. You got into a road rage. Think about the road rage shit the other day with this Hispanic guy and the white kid. 22-year-old white kid that killed this Hispanic guy in the road rage incident. This guy killed the black guy in a road rage incident. And the black guy's daughter. Killed him and his daughter. I know it's some bad motherfuckers out here. I'm not saying there's not. But my nigga, you wasn't that, hombre, you wasn't that bad. This dude, listen, that's death penalty right there. You got mad at him because of some road rage stuff and killed him and his daughter. That's death penalty. Eligible. We've been seeing a lot of road rage stories, man. Road rage is real, man. Road rage is real. Shout out to T.R. McCoy. Yeah, man. What's up with this fucking hombre, Wicked?
Man, ain't this? I mean, I don't know. It's crazy. How's my mic?
It's good, man.
Yeah,
Good.
man. I don't know, man. I've never I've never really been I always knew that I always knew not to play with people on the road, you know. I mean, of course, I'm in the South, you know. I don't think that people are as rude on the traffic, on on traffic down here than it is up north, but still, man, people are wild and free out in Houston. They'll shoot you they'll shoot you for less, you know, so
Yeah, this
never
is
played around with it.
where is this? Is this Houston? Where is this?
Is it on?
Phoenix.
No, this is Phoenix. Oh, Phoenix.
This is Phoenix. Yeah, Phoenix. Same thing. Still, you know, like I think they have constitutional carry or something like that down there.
Oh, okay.
I see Arizona. Yeah, but wicked, man. We tired of you on burritos killing us, man.
Trying to tell you. I wonder if that dude's illegal.
What's the score? Are we even now? Are we dead in the dead heat?
Even, man. I think
Nah.
y'all up
It's
one.
a dead heat.
Yeah, y'all up one. Always killing the black man, man. Killed him and his daughter, though.
Big honey.
Nah,
What did he do? What did this guy do?
It was a tailgating thing, and he followed them and they killed the guy and his daughter.
This Umbrito killed this son man's daughter?
Yeah.
Killed the son man and the daughter.
She was 8. They your daughter.
Holy, my goodness.
Yeah,
Nah,
I imagine he didn't know the daughter was in the car, but still.
How do you know? How do you know?
Well, I mean, you're right.
The last one that was the case with the one we covered in Las Vegas, the white kid that shot the Umbrito's stepson, but we don't know. We don't know that.
But hold on, time out though. I heard you giving that white boy mad grace. Why can't you give this?
He instantly turned himself in.
Why can't you give this spig the same grace?
I gotta see the body cam. The white
look,
yeah, I did it.
Look, that white boy, boy, right? He could have been a saint. He could have been the literal definition of a saint.
Yeah.
Doesn't even
I think
matter.
he was a saint.
He was a piece of shit.
Yeah, he was.
What he did.
He was. No, but I didn't give him. I didn't credit him with anything other than like instantly taking ownership of it.
Yeah.
He did, and instantly putting his hands behind his back and basically jumping into the backseat of the squad car. Okay, that's what I gave him credit for. I didn't say that he wasn't an asshole. Let's see what this guy. Let's see if we got more details of this one, man. Let me run it back just so that people can catch up.
Hospital continuing to fight for her life, and a 5-year-old daughter was also shot, and she will have a permanent reminder of this tragic day. Now, there is a memorial that has been set up outside in the parking lot where all of this happened. The glow of the candles and the stuffed animals surrounding the lamppost, just a reminder of the lives lost.
Feel like part of my life is gone. Like, I ain't never gonna see my son smile no more. I'm not gonna be able to get him because he can pick me up off my feet no more. I ain't gonna be able to get 1,000,001 questions from my grandbaby no more.
Joe Ezra Martin says losing.
Why she had to have that tooth right there, man? God damn, man. Throw you off.
This is very sad.
Yeah, this is terrible, man. This woman lost her
granddaughter
and her. I mean, it's like, think about it. Like, you hear that happening, you know the granddaughter's with him, so you're like, all right, then he did. I had to pick my grandbaby up, and they're like, nah, he on Burritos backed her too. Like, God damn.
Grandbaby no more.
Joe Ezra Martin says losing her son Quincy and 8-year-old granddaughter Envy this past weekend is on.
Wow. He was happy. This man was so happy.
What's that?
He was living his best life. He was living his best life.
And you know he is.
So happy.
That boy, he happy like a mom. He went where he was happy, where he would be
Yeah,
happy.
man. Salute to him, man.
Almost too much to bear.
I got a double whammy. I can't even get time to like grieve in between because I don't have just one funeral. I got 2 funerals. I gotta prepare for.
Court documents show the father and daughter were shot inside their car in a parking lot near 19th Avenue and Baseline after an alleged tailgating incident led to a fight between Quincy and Tyrone DiCilli. Witnesses told police Quincy's
fucking hombrito named Tyrone. What
Wait,
the
no way, dude.
I was like, wait.
Yo,
I don't even know if
I'm not
he's
gonna
illegal.
the mad thing, I got that one. There's something, you know. I mean, unless it's a Texas thing or Arizona, whatever. That's not a thing.
Yeah, that's wild, yo. I've never
Hey,
met a burrito named
is this
Tyrone.
son man? Is this son man a son man, or is he like you think he's a half hombrito or something?
Well, you saw his mom.
Yeah.
If you look at his mom, his dad could look like any of us. But if this is his mom, that's his mom right there.
You know, he give me vibes like he's in tune with the burrito culture. You know what I mean?
Hey, Wicked. Hey, you mind going back to that picture of him and his family?
Yeah, the blood in blood out shirt, right?
Yeah, I saw that.
Oh, you know about
I saw
that?
that.
What you know about that?
I saw that. I saw that he had what's his name?
Paco? I think his name was Paco or something like that.
Yeah, that's the dude that became a cop, right?
Yeah, what you know about that?
Oh, you talking about the movie that the
Blood in, blood out.
Blood in, blood out. Yeah, man.
You
know, hey,
Wicked. Love that movie.
Hey, Wicked. Wicked. I worked at a school for a long time. And this school, it was like 50-50 black white, but 50-50 black Mexicans. And
oh, wow.
I tell you what the Mexicans cared about. They cared about blood in, blood out.
Right.
American Me and South Park Mexican.
You know, I will say this. I don't know many burritos that don't love blood in, blood out. I will say that. I love blood in, blood out.
I think I saw that movie, man. I gotta look at
it. Man.
But for him to have that shirt,
I saw this movie. I saw this movie. This was a great movie.
Yeah, it was.
It was a good movie.
Now she might be on burrito. That girl might be on burrito. He strike me as in tune with it, you know?
He's definitely on burrito.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't see this movie when it came out. I saw this movie maybe like 10 years ago. And I was like, damn, I had no idea that this movie ever existed. I swear I didn't know it existed.
Yeah.
Like
Look,
10 years ago.
I don't know many burritos that don't love that movie. You know, everybody loves it.
It's a good movie, yo. It's better than American Me, if you ask me.
Oh yeah,
it is better. It is better than American.
Not even close. With
American
Miklo?
Me just came out before.
With that white boy Miklo, I mean, look, Chief. White boys that grew up around us, we will call them Miklo. You know what I mean? That's it was just a part of what we. I don't want to get like idealistic, but kind of what we believe in. You know, like family, honor, stupid shit. You know?
Yeah.
Honor. Oh, yeah. One thing about y'all, man, that honor, man, that shit is like sons just do. Like we don't have that. Like when I get around y'all, like I went to a church. God damn, I forgot the name of the country already. I went to a El Salvadorian church for a year, man.
Yeah, you mentioned. Hey, was it a Catholic church?
Yes, of course. It was a cult. I didn't realize it was a cult, but it was a lot of Catholic. Everything was Catholic. You up and down. You up and down. You up and down.
Right.
But it ended up being they would worship the man called the Apostle of God. He in Mexico and shit. They worship.
Are you talking about the light of God, the light of
the world? Yeah.
Yeah. You know what? They grabbed him. You know that he's in prison.
Really? The apostle got grabbed?
Oh dang!
The apostle, like a year or two ago, they grabbed him in Los Angeles.
Oh, he's the cult. Yeah, I found out it was a cult. That's when I was like, oh shit.
Right. So it's an interesting church, right? It is Catholic based, but they kind of it had a good start. They started during the Mexican Christian wars, right? They were being persecuted, and obviously it evolved into what it did. But they grabbed them for sex trafficking,
Of
child
course.
abuse. Yeah,
Of
sex
course, they're
trafficking,
always, it
child
was a
abuse.
cult. It was a
Yeah.
cult.
It's
That's
all
what
the
it
same
Yeah,
is.
thing.
yeah.
It's all
Same
they
shit.
always do the same shit. Cults always
Yeah,
do.
yeah. The apostle had this thing going on where he would claim that he could he was a prophet kind of thing, and people want to believe in something, I guess.
Yeah. I didn't believe in that. I caught on quick, but then I was like, because I was like, we worshiping him. Once because I was like, because my buddy, my homeboy, he would work with me at Home Depot, and the church was right across the street, right? Isaiah's, my boy Isaiah's, and he was and we went over. He was a young guy, he was much younger than me, but we were over there, and he was like, yo, they welcomed me, they embraced me, man. You know what I'm saying? And they gave me headphones to listen to the service, because I listened to the service with headphones, and it was translated, right? And everybody, all the hombres are there, welcomed me in, man. They was trying to look for a wife for me, a Spanish wife for me and shit. All the women wore long
Oh
dresses.
wow.
They all wore
I
long
see where
dresses.
the sex trafficking comes in.
You know what I'm saying? No, but all the women wore long dresses. They weren't. It was like long. I'm talking down to their fucking toes, and they were very very covered up. But they weren't like Muslims or Indians. But they were very very
Conservative dressed, yeah.
conservative. Yes, all of them. And the guys were fucking like coming off of like working 8 fucking jobs and shit. They were coming there. They'd have 3 services a day, right? So I went to
Right. Damn.
I went to the service at lunch or the service in the afternoon, and yeah, 3 services a day. That's why I got bit by the dog. They had a husky out there that would watch the grounds, right? And it's in the middle of a black neighborhood, right? Middle
Yeah.
of the black. I'm talking about this is a black neighborhood, right? This motherfucking dog would always bark like a maniac when he saw me. And I'm the only black person that goes to the church. He would go insane when he saw me. Like he would have to be restrained. It would take everything for the security guards to hold him back. And one day I was talking to him, right? Because I know a little bit of Spanish, man. Even back then I knew more, but I could hold it down. But I always liked Spanish people, right? Always been cool with Spanish people, right? Always been friends with Spanish people, right?
Yeah, they're good people.
So
Do
it's
good
like,
business.
yeah, exactly. So I'm over there shooting the breeze with the security guard, and this motherfucking husky jumped at me, bit me on my wrist, and bit me on my ankle so fast.
Damn,
I'm
bro.
talking about so fast. And I mean, I said, oh Lord, I was so fucked up off this shit. Because I was like, he could kill me if these.
Oh yeah.
Like that dog, there was nothing I could do with that dog.
Damn.
Nothing. But
So was it
anyway,
bad though? Did he get you good?
yeah, he got me good. He got me good on my wrist. Got me good. Yeah, he got me good on my wrist and got me good on my ankle. But he was warning me. It wasn't like he was like trying to like go away. He just gave me 2 little nips. And
Like Get Out, like that movie Get Out.
yeah, he gave me 2 little nips. And I was like, oh shit. But prior to that, every time I went back there, he like went crazy. But after that, I think he kind of like just started, he just left me alone after that. Like, I mean, but I think that the people that would break into the church and stuff would be black. So like, and I'm the only black dude that comes back there. They might have trained him to, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, that's not the point. Anyway, here's the point. They worshiping the guy, not God.
That's weird.
You know what I'm saying? That's when
Yeah.
it took me a few months to realize that, and I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
But I stayed because it was and then I was just like, and they would have these big things where they would have him on the fucking teleprompter. They had this big TV movie screen, and he would be like he would be like doing a satellite to all his churches and shit from Mexico and shit.
Man.
And they would go crazy. They would be like it would be like that would be like the fucking Pope and shit for them and shit.
Yeah, they said when the feds raided their complex in I think wherever in Guadalajara, wherever it is, they went into the basement and they had a hidden compartment to go to like a lower level. They had a safe with a shitload of money and
Oh,
drugs.
cool. Yo, do you know the collection plate? They collected. I put a lot of money in that plate too, but I know that he got rich because these people worshipped him. They worshiped him, man, and they really tried to get me to worship him too. They were trying to make me worship, and I'm like,
Yeah, they said that he himself would tell children that to get intimate with him was to be close to God. So he would abuse children in that way, right?
yeah,
But I'm not gonna lie. But I'm not gonna lie to you. If I would have met them, right, and they would have told me service 3 times a day, I would have been like, "It's been real. Pray for me."
yeah,
3 times a day, no sir.
Yeah, it's crazy.
yeah. I mean, listen. These people are good people though. It's not like
Yeah,
you gotta
they're victims too. To be honest,
yeah.
they're manipulated themselves.
They welcome you. They bring you in. They
Right.
not like it's not like you go to the church and motherfuckers looking at you cockeyed like who the fuck is that? You know what I'm saying? Like they welcome you.
Yeah, I saw an interview of some of their victims, right? And they said that they were so like brainwashed that they would see armed men, like security, armed security and like gangsters amongst them, but they refused to see it though. Like they saw it, but they didn't want to believe it. You know what I mean? Like they just kept.
Yeah.
So after the government, because the U.S. government was a part of that investigation as well. It was Mexico and the U.S. And once it came out, they started connecting dots. You know?
Yo, listen, it was obvious to me it was a cult, man. Like because it's like they're worshiping him. They're not like implied worshiping him. You know what I'm saying? He has his own book that they read. Like they read the Bible, but then there's this other book where it's all about him. And they read that and they give that to you too.
Yeah, that's crazy as hell. But I do appreciate the origins of the church. Act like I'm telling you, these hombreros in the 1930s were on church rooftops having shootouts with the military, fighting them because the government at that point was very anti-Catholic. So they were scared of the Pope and of the church's power. They wanted to make sure that they were not challenged, right? So they will kill you. They will kill you for praying to Jesus and the Virgin Mary. These hombreros fought with them for that. I really appreciate that. I respect those men. But what it became, obviously, a whole nother thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, definitely. Let's see. Let me see.
Almost too much to bear.
I got a double whammy. I can't even get time to like grieve in between because I don't have just one funeral. I got 2 funerals. I got to prepare for.
Court documents show the father and daughter were shot inside their car in a parking lot near 19th Avenue and Baseline after an alleged tailgating incident led to a fight between Quincy and Tyrone DiCilli. Witnesses told police Quincy's fiance, Alexis Cardenas, also got involved in the fight, but then the couple returned to their car.
So everybody was there. Okay. Yeah, man, that's tough, man. You getting into shit with your family. I know how it is. Think about it. He's holding it down. He's not like he's not thinking like oh, I'm putting my family in danger. He probably thinking like, yo, I'm with my family. My manliness is coming out. Like, you ain't about to bitch me in front of my fucking family and shit. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's hard for men to fight that urge.
It could be tough, man, for sure. I mean, you should fight that urge, Agnation, but look, I've been there. But I really try to make it a point not to get there,
Yeah, definitely, without a doubt, man. It's like yo, you're protective. You got your little babies there, and some dude is still trying to fight with you and shit and square up with you in front of your babies. That's what I carry mace for too. But it's like, you know what I'm saying, like. That's what I carry blade for. That's what you know what I'm saying. That's what people. That's why this guy probably, the other guy probably had a gun for situations like this.
Where their 3 daughters were inside. Chili is accused of grabbing a gun from his car, saying something along the lines of, "You're going to learn to pay for what you do," and shooting at the car. Quincy and Envy suffered fatal gunshot wounds. Alexis was shot multiple times, and a 5-year-old daughter was shot once in the leg.
And all over what? Nothing, over road rage. Come on, that makes no sense. And then you already killed my son. You went over there and shot the mama. And then you went to the middle and shot my grandbaby. Why?
What?
Man, God, dog.
Damn. He a bad dude. Yeah,
This dude is a demon. Wicked, y'all took the list. Y'all. I think y'all took the lead, bro.
Hey, look, listen, man. We don't know why. We don't know, man. Maybe he was having a bad day. We don't know what the son man did to him.
But this death penalty. This death penalty right here, yo.
This a bad day right here for sure.
Hold
Man,
it down.
this
Let
is
me go get some water. Hold it down.
Yeah, for sure. Hey, bro. So you said earlier that you were in half on Burrito, half son school, right?
Yeah.
What was your capacity in there? If you don't mind me asking, were you like a teacher? Were you security?
I was a teacher. I mean, I spent a lot of years of my life being a teacher.
Nice.
This time in particular, it was PE teacher at an alternative school, the type of place where
I'm familiar.
Where the kids get expelled, but they're not arrested, they're not in jail. You know,
Yeah, or they drop out.
Like
they drop out and they end up there.
Exactly.
Yeah,
You know,
they're not maybe the most. They're not like straight A students in their school, but they could be straight A students there because they don't. It's like a low bar. They're not motivated. I'm familiar.
Yeah.
So, what was your like experience as far as like behavior patterns with those students?
Well, in my opinion, I mean, always, I've always realized that Burrito, I mean, with my personality at least, everybody's different, but with my personality, Burritos were easier to crack. I can, because they look at me and they're already just I can kind of look at them, or I can say, "What's your deal? What's your trip?" And they will kind of be able to explain it. The son boy, they can't explain what they're feeling. They try to, they'll just get upset, or they'll just say like, "Shut up talking to me." So now, of course,
They're
now
more
there were a
emotional.
few, very much, but there are some burritos that I can look in their eyes and I could just see that, Papa was a gangster. Papa was a gangster. So at one point, Mama raised the son, and the son kind of had to be the father and raise all the kind of help out with the kids. And eventually, because eventually the mom couldn't tell the kid what to do. The boy, and this is all in
makes you say that
Spanish.
though? Like, what about
Well, I'm
this
just
kid and
saying.
shit?
Well, because he would, it would be like a one-on-one with the assistant principal, and the mom is kind of like saying things like, "Well, I just don't know what to do. I don't know how to help his attitude." And then he would be like, "Hey, mom, shut up, stop talking. You're saying too much." He's talking to his
own
mom.
mother.
Yeah, and I almost want to sit here and say something like, "Dude, show some respect."
Respect your mother, right?
And
Wow.
then he'll look at me almost like, "Don't, you shouldn't be talking to me either," type shit. And I'm not saying that's exactly how the conversation goes down, but I'm just saying that's the energy that's in the room.
Do you know what was one of the craziest kind of like meetings I had with a student was? It was a black female, right, and her grandmother, and I was in there with I think it was a principal or whatever, right? But the black girl, the young female, tells everybody, us four, including the grandmother, and the grandmother looked like old school. You know how like old school, right? They don't make them like they used to. But this girl says, "I don't care. I'm gonna be like my mom and get on welfare." And I was hearing,
Oh,
and I never really heard. That was like my first time seeing that kind of mentality, right? Where this girl's ambition was to just have kids and get on welfare. You know what I mean?
yeah,
Um,
yeah.
and I don't
How
know
old
how
were
prevalent that. How old was she?
how old were you when this kind of when you
I
realized
was
that's
I was
how?
maybe I was maybe about 23 and 24.
Oh, okay.
I was
Okay, so
young. I was younger.
you're still pretty younger. Okay.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean,
Yeah.
I was never that close around some people. Like I had some friends, but not like that. That I never seen that. You know, and I don't know how prevalent that is, but it feels like it's not uncommon. But she
Mm,
and the grandmother was frustrated. She was telling us she doesn't know what to do. She was telling her, "Your mom's not happy. You should want more for yourself." You know, she was talking about her own daughter, how her daughter, I guess, went left on her.
hmm
You know what I'm saying when I say that she was old school black lady, right?
No,
Like
I understand what you mean. She was like kind of like a conservative woman, like
work hard.
basically
I'm
you
assuming
need
like
yeah, yeah, work
and,
hard,
and you know how they say that the
learn how to
generation
keep
after,
your man.
and you know the
You know.
generation, they say that at least from what I heard about black folks, the generation after that one, they kind of got lost to like drugs and whatever happened to them. You ever heard that concept? Like the parents of the kids today, they got lost.
Like the Gen Xers,
Yeah,
the
like
Gen
something like
X.
that,
Yeah,
where like the grandparents were they were still working and now they gotta raise their grandkids because their kids like got lost to drugs or
yeah,
something.
yeah, yeah. I mean that's I know. I mean I know that story a lot,
It's
but
kind of
then
what that
again,
one
that kind.
felt like. It felt like that. It's
Mm,
that one that I described, that meeting I was in. That's kind of what that felt
mm,
like.
yeah.
Yeah, man. Salute, man. Salute to everybody watching on Rumble, man. Shout out to everybody watching on X. Shout out to everybody watching on Ock Nation uh, News, man. We are in the building, man. We're trying to get 20 people to sponsor tonight's show, man. If you do, we're gonna do a show tomorrow during the day, man. If we can get 20 people to sponsor tonight's show. So far, I think we got 6, man. Salute to all you guys, man. Please try to support your local news show. Yeah, let's carry on, man. Oh yeah, we got to get to this shit. After this, I'm gonna get to the main event. I'm gonna get to the main event after
Would
this.
you shoot up a baby? Like she had nothing to do with whatever you and my son went through.
Chili told police he didn't know there were children in the car until he saw the woman scream, "My baby," and saw her remove Envy from the rear passenger seat. Family says no charges can bring true justice, but they hope no other family has to face this heartbreak in the future.
I just want to warn people, just please be mindful. And it's the holidays, so take a little bit more care of what you're doing. It's people out here, and it's people who got issues already with the holidays. They already not feeling good. So just be careful, because you never know what might happen.
Now, Alexis Cardenas is heading into surgery tomorrow, and 5-year-old Navy, the younger daughter who
Nice.
was shot, she's going to be okay, but she will forever have that bullet in her leg. Now, we do have a link to the GoFundMe set up for the family. This will help with funeral costs and those mounting medical expenses. That's on our website, fox10phoenix.com. Reporting live tonight in Phoenix, Nicole Christine, Fox 10 News.
Jeez.
But you know what? This story is a perfect example of how retarded people that don't believe in the death penalty are. Right?
Right.
Because this is a perfect example of a guy that should be put down, right? You can't, there's no redeeming him, right? Like I don't think there's any excuse for what occurred. It doesn't matter what he went through in life. There's no fixing that. Like
Yeah,
why?
shooting the little girl, like shooting the guy is understandable. Got in a fight, and even though you got to go to jail for that, it's understandable. Then shooting his baby mother who got into the fight, maybe. But then shooting his 8-year-old daughter, like purposefully, it's just they're killing her.
Yeah. Yeah.
And shooting a 5-year-old daughter in the leg.
Right.
And maybe he wanted to kill her. Maybe he wanted to kill her too.
Yeah. Look, there's no, like, I don't care if he goes to prison and he like learns how to fucking actually read, or if he finds God in there, it doesn't matter because I don't think that he's redeemable. I think he's dangerous if and when he gets out.
Yeah, he's always gonna be a danger, man. I want to show you this, man.
TR's in the break.
Ooh, Charleston White got jumped on stage the other day. We might have to
Oh
get him.
shit.
But
Oh,
yeah,
that's funny.
yeah,
Oh
you saw
yeah,
that.
I'm glad you're talking. No, hell no, I had no idea about it, but I just see you changed the topic, and I'm like, oh yeah, I want to hear about this.
This is Minnesota mom who called autistic boy 5 the N word in horrifying viral video. Remember, they got the GoFundMe, then they got through the NAACP, and they got like $300,000. Remember,
Yeah.
$350,000. But they never produced the boy, and they never produced the parents. Remember that? They never.
No.
There was
I
never a
hated
press
that.
conference. People were asking like, "Where's the boy?" Okay, well, where's the
Yeah.
parent? And now with all the Somalian scamming coming out, and other things, you know how they doing with autistic. They scamming with the autistic stuff too. With all that coming out, they've done some research and they've realized, boy, he was 8. The boy's 8. He wasn't 5. So I know it's like people are like, yeah, he still was a little kid, but it's a big difference between a 5-year-old and an 8-year-old. You know what I mean?
I'm one of those people. It's 8 is
I thought
still
he was
it's still
older.
8. 8 is still 8 though for me, Still a
Well,
little fucking shit.
no. I mean, 8. You can't. I could picture an 8-year-old kid stealing out of somebody's bag.
Yeah. Well 5 isn't 8. 8 isn't 5. I'll give you that. You know what I mean? But he still is a kid, like a small kid.
Yeah, but she called him a nigger, but she didn't call him a nigger. She called him a nigger, but she didn't call him a nigger. She didn't say, "Hey, you little nigger kid." She called him a nigger, speaking to the man who was coming over there. I don't know if that guy was her father because they never produced a kid. That we don't know if this kid is. We don't know anything about this kid. They didn't go on the world tour on Good Morning America and sit there
Right.
with the lawyer.
Like we know they would have.
Yeah, exactly. They just disappeared and they kept saying it was 5. And listen, it's a little white lie, right? The kid's 5, but it's still a lie. They still lied. You know what I mean? And they did a GoFundMe saying that the kid was 5. And they lied. And it's not 5. He's 8. You know what I mean? So it's like I get it. It doesn't matter, but scamming.
Yeah, they're good
Because
for that. They're good for scamming.
that they coming out with now, like it's like still.
How do they know he's 8? How did they find that out? Do you know?
They did some research. Hold on, I gotta find it. Holy shit.
Dang, what is that? Man, I'm telling you, gliders just be getting abused. Oh, I remember that. That's old.
Okay, yeah. I think somebody found the family. First, they did this with the height. They figured out how tall this bar is right here that he's standing at, and there's 5-year-old kids and tall. Like it's not, you just don't be that tall at 5. You know what I'm saying?
So
And
even the 8 is a guesstimation.
no, but then they found out. Let me find. I can't. I gotta remember how they found out that he was. They found out he was 8 for real, like in real life. Like
So I forget. So she called the
here,
8-year-old a song word,
here it is. It
Well,
says
no,
but not on
I
camera.
can
But she
explain.
did call him that though.
She said it on camera.
To the
Flipping
other guy.
to
But
the
did she
other guy.
call?
Yeah.
But was the
Oh,
implication that she called him the 8-year-old that? I don't remember.
I
I
actually
think
think
it
it
was right.
was. Yeah. And then because he was like, why would you? I
Call him
I
that.
don't
Why'd
know
you
if he.
call him a song
Yeah.
word? Right.
Yeah, and she was like, "Well, if that fucker wasn't stealing in my shuffling around in my purse, in my
Right. I
bag, he
remember.
wouldn't be called that." And then he's like, and then he pretty much dared her to say it, and then she said it.
Damn.
And then she made millions.
Here it is.
You know, it's
the police.
crazy.
It's in the official statement, the police report. The kid is 8.
Oh shit.
But they did the GoFundMe saying he was 5. And it's a small lie, but it's still like, yo, you go like, well, why not just say the kid was 8 in the GoFundMe? Why still say the kid was 5? You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. It's just
So are they charging the girl? Are they charging the glider
she
queen?
got charged. Yeah,
Wow, that is
Yeah, she got
crazy.
charged. I know,
With
man.
what?
It's crazy. I don't know.
Being white and mean.
Yeah, man. You know, this kind of reminds me because you know I've been circling around in the chitlin circuit, and every now and then, you know, I have to fight a bunch of sun words because they try and tell me that there's racism going on, and I'm saying, so are you telling me that black people can't be racist? And they hit me with, nah, black people can't be racist. And
Right.
so one person asked me, what does a black racist look like to you? And the first thing that I thought about was the Shiloh Hendricks thing, how they pretty much canceled her from getting the million, the whatever it was. They did so much work to make sure she didn't get that money. I don't believe she got it because a lot
No,
of
she
black
got
people
it.
made sure.
She got it.
Oh, she got it?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. Oh, damn. Okay, well, I didn't say that. What I said,
She didn't get it from GoFundMe. She went to Give Send Go.
You know, I'm just
what I
trying
would
to
end.
think. I'm just trying to think of what could, like, say me and you were cops, right? What could we possibly charge her with? Like, we could sit there and brainstorm, and I have no idea.
I
Like,
can tell you what she was charged with. Let me look it up. I can tell you exactly what she was
yeah,
charged
like as far as I know, the shit I remember, there was not really a crime committed. I mean, what she did, I thought was inappropriate. I didn't agree with it, but was there a crime committed? Not really.
with. Let me go to the video for it. She was. Let me just read the article. She would say misdemeanor. She was charged with a misdemeanor. Okay. Let's see. It says Rochester, Minnesota, was charged with 3 misdemeanors after allegedly yelling racial slurs at a disabled black child in a viral video. Shiloh Marie Hendricks was charged with 3 counts of disorderly conduct for the incident that happened back. So 3 counts of disorderly conduct. Okay. Wow. Yikes. 3, yeah, when you white, you can't be mean, man. You gotta be nice all the time. Shout out to Glider on the Moon, man. He says, unless they provide dental records,
Glider on the moon.
saying he was 18. Jeez Christ. He might have been. I wouldn't be surprised if he was Somalian. If a Somalian tell me he 8, I probably think he's 18 too.
Yeah.
Fucking, hey, they're fucking treacherous, man.
Yeah, I think I'd really think that he was 12.
Look at that
12,
shit,
13.
man. Look at that shit.
I just can't stand looking at that dude's face all twisted.
72 arrests. Unfucking believable. 72 fucking arrests. That's
Unacceptable, man. Like, what are we doing? Now, this picture here, though, man. This picture here is crazy. It doesn't make any sense.
And it's way more than that. Like, this
It's
ain't
way
like
more.
these 3. It's like 1,000 of these and shit. Literally. It's like literally 1,000 over the last like 5 or 6 years.
And you and John Gaunt make a good point, or you make a good point. And imagine the roles being reversed. Like imagine blacks ran society and whites were the criminal class, and they were still complaining. Like, I can't even picture that. Sons wouldn't be having it.
No. Hell no. No. Never. we would nip that shit in the bud.
I was about to say that same word, nip it in. They were son men would nip it in the butt, if not the sisters.
Yeah, and we would be brutal about that shit too. Brutal. It would be like that forever. Like, you know how like the whites did the Emancipation Proclamation? Niggas would never do nothing like that. We would just keep going on that shit for thousands and thousands of years.
Eternity.
Yeah, create way more ways that we would become superstitious and stuff like that.
Yeah, yeah.
This picture, man, I just find it's so deep, man. To me, I don't know, something about this picture here alone that is just like you have to just really soak it in, you know?
Yeah.
The middle guy is just real tough to look at. It's like you want to look away, but you kind of stare at him the entire time, like, what the hell? Ugh.
I think if as a society, if we see a person and really a son man, right? Because that's what it is. If we see a son man having a mental episode in public, the police should be able to take him. I don't know, take him to jail. I don't know where they take him to, but they should be able to remove him from the public, right? Because to keep the public safe,
Wicked, the only place that we can take these people where they will get any results is El Salvador prison.
that's about it, man. Because look, cops, my guys that are cops, they told me that they'll grab these bums, and they don't want to deal with these bums. These bums stink, right? They gotta break them down, go through all their fucking shit, their socks. These bums wear layers of clothes, because it's cold out. They stink, and it's all for nothing because they're released immediately. They're not gonna be held on to.
That shit is just insane, man. That's how that guy gets 72 arrests.
Right.
Like, you just keep getting arrested and arrested and arrested and released and arrested and released. Wow. I tell you this though, man. If this was the reverse, it would just take one, right? It wouldn't even take all three of these, right? One of these, if one of these happened, right? Like, just say a white guy came on the train, doused the black girl in fucking gasoline, chased her around the train, and lit her on fire. Yo, do you understand that would be like not just what that happened? It would be connected to all the lynchings. It would be connected to all of the bad things that happened during slavery. They used to do that to us in slavery. You know what I'm saying? It's not just that singular event when it happened.
Right, that's a very good point.
It's attached. It's an extension. It's an extension of the next chapter or the next domino in a continuing mythical thing that we said that happened to us over the years. When it's a white person, it's just that one incident.
It's not even an afterthought in this case. It's not even an afterthought.
Yeah, stands alone.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if you heard what the Sun mayor said about it, right?
Yeah,
the Sun mayor was focusing on the brother, like the brother was the victim.
Yeah.
Mental health, this and that.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing here, man? What? Like, it angers me out because people that I care about ride the bus and train, man.
Yeah.
People that I love. And I gotta worry about son words hurting them. And it's that simple. I know, okay, I get it. Umbritos do it too, yada yada, all of that. It's that simple though. I gotta worry about a son man hurting them.
Yeah. You got to. You gotta worry. Yes, you do. Yes, you do. You better worry about it.
Man, I'll delete that somewhere.
I mean,
in Chicago, you delete, man, they going right after you.
Yeah, look, trust me, I know.
Legal weapon and all.
Yeah, FOIA card. You got your FOIA.
You know, I said something that I love, man, that I never forgot, right? There was a song word that did some egregious shit, right? Which one, right? But he this song word did some egregious shit. And I told Ike, jokingly, can we call this one a song word? And Ike says, no, you cannot especially call this one a song word.
Yep.
And that sums up Blackistan, bro. You
Yeah.
the worse a person is, the more they love this motherfucker.
Yep.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let me see what this I don't know, this sister, I guess, gotta say.
I don't care. You can call me racist.
Stupid
You can
shit.
call me a racist. I don't literally give a fuck. I don't give not one single fuck. I don't like white people. I don't like them. I tolerate them. They cool people sometimes, depending on who the fuck I'm talking to. But as a collective, I don't fuck with them. I don't give a fuck. And I'll be racist. What the fuck? Bring back segregation immediately. The fuck? Separate me from these goddamn heathens. Like, I'm tired.
I like her.
I don't care. You can call me racist. You can call me a racist.
I think she got that tragic mulatto shit. She's trying to be black. It's really bad. Like,
Yeah.
it's
Yeah,
really
I
bad.
don't like that shit.
Do you think she would realize the ill of her ways if they were to allow
No.
like segregate them? Like she would realize, man, I don't want to be around some people. I want to go with the
No,
white.
she will act like she never wanted segregation to begin with. I ain't want segregation. Come back, white folks. Where y'all going?
Hell yeah. I'm gonna tell the same thing. Like, bitch, you chase the white people off, you fucking bitch.
I know.
But I mean, even the the sisters know, man. When there's like just black people, the sisters, I know they talk about how the song words can't act right. They know. You feel me? I'm wrong?
No. Everyone knows.
Like I walked into a room with sisters once, right? And they were talking shit about these song words. They don't know how to act. And when they saw me, you would think they seen a ghost. Sat up straight, stopped talking. I was like, hey, look, man, keep it going, man. Ag Nation, baby.
Yeah.
Have y'all heard of my friend Ag?
Who's that?
No. Wicked, that's just how you would say it. That's just how you would tell them.
Yeah, like when they got quiet and looked like,
Yeah.
nah, y'all could keep going, man. I'm a gold card member.
Man, look at
So live. Platinum card.
Look at your burrito woman. Look what this woman did, and she's not gonna get charged nothing. They're gonna probably just, of course, they're gonna let her out the next day.
What did Maria do?
Watch this. She hit him upside the head. She clocked him.
Oh, I guarantee you, she got
man.
locked up for that.
This is
I don't know, man.
She went to jail. She went to jail for that.
Oh yeah, I think she's getting charged.
But we know the
She
court.
deserves to be bruised.
Yeah,
she
she should
deserves
be
to be
flogged for
bruised
that.
in the face.
She should be
Like
flogged
she deserves.
for that.
Yeah, she deserves to be brought back to her neighborhood, busted up.
But we know the courts don't really, depending on where they're at, they don't really appreciate their cops, so they'll probably cut it loose immediately.
Yo, what the fuck? When you getting fucking dickhead? Do that on. Fucking body. Oh, shoot you alone. Fuck you! Fuck you!
Yeah, you're right. Ain't nothing gonna happen to her.
Yeah,
she's tripping. Look, whether they like it or not, man, that female, that cops are like the only reason the main reason I think that they're not just getting fucking snatched off the street regularly, man. Because cops.
I know. Speaking of cops, Wicked, what's going on in Mexico out there?
What are you talking
I
about? Like
seen,
the protests?
y- yeah.
I don't know. I don't know
It,
much
seems
about
it
it,
seems
but
like the protesters out there, they're on some other shit. They ain't doing what these liberals in the US are doing.
right.
I'm talking about they kidnapping cops.
Oh, I
They
don't know about
dragging them
that.
away. There's videos out there. I
Yeah.
mean, I assume that they're cops, but I'm talking about they are pulling the cops towards the mob.
Jesus
And I'm talking
Christ,
about when
bro.
they pull them towards the mob, you see people start swinging, and
Very
these cops, they
dangerous.
look like riot cops. I'm
Yeah.
talking about they're swinging.
Yeah,
Way they
beating on them
swinging.
like a pinata, hitting them like a
No,
pinata, right?
they hitting them in the nuts.
They hitting the pinata.
They going straight for the balls, bro, and
Oh man,
while
that should be a
pulling them.
death sentence, bro.
So
That should be written into law. If you try to strike a cop in their balls, you should go to get the death penalty, bro.
no, hey,
Nah,
there's
I don't know,
videos
but I
out
didn't know they
there
were
where that
doing
happened.
that.
Yeah, man.
Wow,
I'm talking about they're not dispersing the crowd. The
the
crowd
causes
is
person
like
them
yeah, it's almost like the crowd is fire and the fire is like just
taking
consuming the
over.
cops. Yeah.
I heard they were mad. I think they're mad at the liberal government and they're tired of the
Yeah,
corruption
they're
or some
mad.
shit.
Yeah, they're mad at Scheinbaum,
Shane
apparently. I
Boom.
mean, I thought
They're being anti-Semitic.
I think they are.
She
I
could
think
probably.
they
I'm sure.
are.
I mean, if I was her, I'd claim it. Why not? It's worth a shot,
Why
right?
not? Why not? Just shoot. I'm
Oh,
telling you,
reliable.
all she needs to do is start saying that she stands with Israel.
Oh
Watch
yeah.
how quickly they disperse.
I never heard her thoughts on Israel. Now that you mention it, I'm gonna look that up. I wonder what she thinks about it.
They all have the same thought.
But she's kind of a liberal
They
though.
all have the same thought, Wicked.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, I have heard Jews speak out against what Israel's doing, but I mean, I'm talking about that
Yeah.
specifically, like the
Yeah,
genocide.
they're technically, they're speaking out against that. I don't even think they care about that. It's just that they want a regime change. But
Right, but
most of them,
because of the genocide, I thought.
yeah. Well, no. It was before the genocide. They were calling for
Mm,
regime change. The genocide made the the August 7th or October, whatever date it was. That just kind of put everybody back in focus to supporting that one cause. But now they've been wanting the prime minister of Israel out
yeah, yeah.
before then.
I gotta give him credit, man. He's a motherfucker, dude. Ben
Man, he
Yahoo,
is.
he does not give a fuck.
This is probably the most territory that they've ever gained. This is the most ambitious
Yeah,
move that they've ever made.
and you know that Jews crew wants to do more. He's probably holding
Oh,
back. This is him
wants to do
showing
more.
restraints.
No, he's already doing more.
But I guarantee you, he wants to
It's a
do
death
even more.
spiral. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
he
yeah.
does.
I mean, look,
But not even him. I mean, there are other people
yeah, but he's like the
involved that
face of it, right? I think I've
not
known even I've
necessarily.
known him for
He's
a
the
while
face
now.
of it. Yeah,
He's
he's the
been
face of it.
I've known I know he's been around since like the 80s, 90s, but I know
Mhm.
like in the 2012 or 14 or something, I remember they had a bombing campaign and he was like I forget why they did it. They're
Well,
always fighting over it.
even before Netanyahu, Ben Gurion,
Yeah,
that was back when there would be people throwing rocks at the military tanks,
yeah.
and then the military tanks would just turn the tank and just blow the person away
Right,
from a rock.
right. They say it's
You know,
justified.
yeah, and that was before Netanyahu. So this has been going on.
Yeah,
It's been
it's gonna
going
keep
on
going
since
on.
forever.
And it's
Yeah,
gonna be going on forever.
it's just that Netanyahu, he has taken the the biggest leaps. You
Yeah,
know, he's
and I think he's like the present moment, so it's kind of more like more in your face because it's happening as we speak, you know.
it
But
is, and
I
because
wonder
it's
what
happening,
she thinks about it though. But she sounds like she's busy though. Shane Boom. She sounds like she got her hands full right now.
it does
You
sound
know.
like she has her hands full, and it just and I just can't get over the how many assassinations there were
Oh
before her
yeah,
becoming the nominee. You know,
yeah,
that
dude.
just blows me away.
Yeah, but you know you're right, dude. They say this campaign season in Mexico was the worst one as far as assassinations, dude. Dude, I mean,
Mm,
look, I follow the Mexican drug war closely, right?
mm,
There will be instances, dude, of the Mexican military raiding like a stronghold, right, of a local cartel leader, right? And
mm,
they would when they would go in the house, dude, they would find like a bunch of propaganda for a campaign, you know, for like whatever the offices is, like an alderman, mayor of a small town. They would be just find shirts, you know, the yard signs. There's no way. Look, Mexico, unfortunately, is a narco state, dude. There's no way around
yeah,
it. The
yeah,
cartels
but
are just so powerful and dangerous, dude.
mhm, yeah, yeah.
How can what can you do when they're gonna kill you?
I don't know. I don't know what you can do. I honestly don't know. Um, you know,
I don't.
I guess the only thing you can do is put the small hats in charge.
I mean, that's what I guess they're giving it a shot, right? They figured, hey, fuck it. At this point,
Yeah,
no. I
yeah.
mean, but jokes aside, I think it's in the interest of America that Mexico, in particular, you know, corrects course. But I just can't picture with that happening, right? The money coming in from the United States alone, dude, is so abundant. They're so well funded. They have weapons coming from the U.S. They're well armed, and on top of that, as a result of that, they've opened up the Mexicans, dude, have and the Mexicans specifically have opened up their markets to like Europe and Africa and Asia, dude. They're
Mm,
working with all these different dude. I've seen videos of like Russian gangsters, dude, like shouting
mm,
out cartel bosses in Mexico. You know what I mean? It's crazy. I saw a rap video of a Frenchman, of a French sunman, dude, doing a rap song dedicated to one of the Mexican cartel leaders, the Jalisco leader, and it's like, what the fuck? They're so powerful, man. And it sucks. It sucks because as long as that's going on, I hate to break it to the gliders, but the breeders are gonna keep migrating here to get away from it
yeah,
and possibly bring it. Right? I mean, that's always there. Bring it with them.
yeah. Well, I don't know. I don't know.
But I
That
have
just
seen videos of those protests though, and they do look.
yeah. If
Let me
you'll
call.
see the video. You should see the video I'm talking about. The one where them people. It's almost like them police officers got sacrificed. Kind of like how we used to see in the BLM riots, where you would just see that lonely cop car there, and
Yeah,
it's
just
just getting tore,
disappear.
and it's getting
You,
torn up by everybody. Yeah, that's kind
you
of
know
how.
what? The funny you say that, dude. You know that's kind of what you described to me earlier with the crowds is how they say the Aztecs were grabbing Spaniards. They would like grab them
Uh,
and drag them into the crowd. So that's kind of they probably were being sacrificed, right? Let me call.
oh, that sucks.
Yo, can you hear me?
I must got the phone on vibrate or something.
Nah, it went straight to voicemail.
Oh,
So his phone is but
oh,
so hold up, bro. Earlier you were I was asking you about like behavior patterns, right? So you mentioned
right.
like you mentioned like anger issue, like the sons were more emotional, right?
Hmm.
What else would you see? Like what other and I know you did
Uh,
say that the umbritos were more like prone to obedience, right? Like to redirection.
Yeah, yeah, they are. I mean, I think that umbritos are more observant. Um, um, and maybe a little the because I think that there's I subbed at a school because even though I have a primary job, I still substitute or whatever. So I subbed at this alternative school just a couple weeks ago, and I realized, man, I can't tell the difference between because well, this school is like elementary to high school, but I was on the high school side, and I realized that the kid like the kids the girls that are in high school, I can't tell if they're the adults because a lot of the adults they would wear the school shirt, to work, and then the glider teens, they're kind of wearing the school stuff too, but they look grown. So I would almost look at him and I'm just like looking and I'm like, okay, I'd be like, I imagine I don't know. I don't know. I think that umbrito women might have a problem in the house when it comes to maturing. And then maybe some men umbrito like finding it out and exploiting it.
What do you
I
mean?
don't know if that's a thing. I don't. It's just a theory that I had. It's just a theory, but I
What
can't
was it
really tell
again?
that. I don't even know if I can really explain it.
You said on
But
Bridges had a issue like maturing.
well, no. It seems like an
Yeah.
umbrito girl will pass for an umbrito woman that's like 30 or 35,
You mean like
and
their
they
looks or their behavior?
no, their looks, just looking at them. You would assume that this woman is a teacher, but no, she's actually a student.
So are you saying that
Uh,
because they look like older, like in
they
a good or
just
a bad
look.
way, or much
I
or like
mean,
their
more.
bodies?
Yeah, more like. I mean, I don't know if it's. I don't know if it's good or bad.
Yeah.
It just. It's just something that I noticed.
Yeah, I mean, I think on Britas, and I mean, I'm biased in this one for sure. Is I think on Britas are feminine, like they can be like womanly.
Hmm.
Um, if I'm not
No,
if I'm not,
I think so too. I think so too.
and I know on Britas in particular, generally speaking, they take on that role for sure, like of a
Hmm.
woman in the house, like they're taking care of their siblings, they're cleaning, they're cooking, you know.
Hmm. Do you think that there is with an let's just say an umbrita teacher? Do you think that an an umbrita middle school in middle school or high school, do you think they look at the umbrita woman as like a competition, or do you
Mm,
think they look at them? Do you think
maybe
they
in
look
high
at them
school,
as okay, or do
maybe
you
in
think
high
they look
school,
at them? Okay, go
but
ahead.
not middle school. Middle school, they're still kind of young for that.
Okay. They
They're
still
still
look
like
at them
they're still little kids in
as
that sense. But when they're in high school, they might, they might. Yeah, I could see it happening with all girls though. Like, but on
I
Breeze, I can
can
see it for
too.
sure.
Okay.
But I think
Yeah.
on Breeders, like they take on a lot of responsibilities in the house
Yeah.
anyway, and maybe that gives them that maturity,
I think
perhaps.
so.
What would you see
Yeah.
from the sisters on the
It's different,
the energy
It's
was
like
different?
they're well, yeah, it is. It is. They're uh it's just childish. They're how some teens are. They
Yeah, it's like
or
raw
at
energy,
least
right?
yeah, and they like to kind of laugh and almost make themselves noticed by getting up, moving the desk, and then saying, can I go to the restroom? And then they come right back. Can I get some water? And you're like, well, why do you have to be the loudest person in the room?
Right.
But when it comes to umbritos though, I work really good with. I always felt that I worked really good with them. I always felt that they looked at me and they kind of already looked at me as not the op, and so they would,
Like an adult.
and of course they would, of course they would ask me questions. They would ask me questions. They'll start talking about, so, they'll just be inquisitive. So,
Yeah.
sir, who's your favorite team? Or, do you like to fish? I'm like, nah, I don't like to fish. Do you like to fish? No, I was just asking. And I'm like, okay, I feel you. So they're just inquisitive a little bit.
Yeah, my experience with Umbrito, 'cause, I work with sons and Umbritos and gliders.
Mhm.
I used to work with like at risk youth, like
Right.
youth that were at risk of murdering people. But I mean, yeah, simple as that. But even those Umbritos, even like our worst, they were still very like useful. Like they were like helpful. Do you know what I mean?
Mhm.
Like I would have them like sweep. Like sweep. They
Yeah.
would want to sweep for me. Like, hey, sweep, bro, or like mop for me real quick.
Yeah.
And they would do it. Like, what
Yeah.
can I do? How can I help? Yeah, do this
Yeah.
for me. Do that for me. The son kids, not so much. There were
Mhm.
like some that were helpful, but for the most part, it was like a 180 from each other.
Yeah. No, I get that. I get that.
Would you
Go ahead. What were you about to ask?
would you ever see any conflict between like the two groups
Conflict? I
between
mean,
each other?
yeah, if it was like kind of like gang related, because
Okay.
there would be, I at the time that we're talking about, maybe back in the 2008s, 2010s, that's when I was working at the alternative school. So there was a lot of kids that I was dealing with that would say that they're representing a blood or Pyru this, Crip that, and then you
Right.
got the Hispanic, you got the Umbritos. They have their own little gangs too. I don't know. I don't really know them all, but I just know that they have them. And there are
Right.
some of them. When they come in there for whatever reason, everybody knows them. Everybody knows who they are, and a bunch of people are walking up to them, giving them handshakes. And I noticed that in Brito, it's not like he's disrespectful to me, but the dude sure is staring me up and down or whatever. And Britos like that, not only are they gonna fight, but they're gonna get probably about 3 others to fight. So it was very rare. But when it came to the black people that were on that gang banging stuff, they wanted to do that all the time. They wanted to do that all the time. It's just that it was just kind of rare when you would see the burritos pop it off, but they would.
Yeah, yeah. They're pretty dangerous too, man. They're
Hmm.
also retarded. Yo, let me ask you
Yeah,
this, bro. This is like a random question, right? And if you don't mind me asking, you grew up Christian, right?
I did.
What denomination?
Baptist. Baptist.
So is Baptist is that one of the churches that where they dance, right?
Well, I only went to white churches, so we they pretty much do the praise and worship part and the first part of the act, and then the pastor finishes it out. So growing up in high school or it was a church with a choir. No, nobody dancing around. Now, of course, if you go to a Southern Black church, that's what they do. It's a
Yeah.
church of let's. Hey, we all need to feel good. We need to feel good
Right.
and hear a good message.
Now, in yours, would they speak in tongues? And the ones you grew up in?
No, no,
Okay.
never, 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 not. But I've been to churches where they would do stuff like that.
And
They
and
weren't. They
were
weren't
those
church.
were Baptist?
I think they would be. I think they would be. They would be considered Southern Baptist churches.
Okay. So how come you
Yeah,
why how'd you end up in like a glider church and you've never been to a sun
because
church?
yeah, no, because my parents. I'm a tether, of course. So my parents, we went to a white church. That's where we went, and that's where we went when I was in the third grade. We stayed in that church throughout high school. So with that church, there was a time when my dad was a Sunday school teacher. So my dad
Mm,
was a Sunday school teacher for the fourth grade class. And of course, so when I was there, because when going to Sunday school, that was like a good time to hang out and have fun. It was never
right.
fun for me because my dad was the Sunday school teacher. And then eventually, it was never fun. Yeah. But then when we get to the fifth grade, my dad's not the Sunday school teacher anymore. It's another guy. And this guy, he's kind of like a single man who's kind of like, trying to do this thing. So, we all went. And then, of course, you go to high school. When you go into the sixth grade, that's when you went to the upstairs and you're doing Sunday school upstairs or whatever, and it was a little bit more organized, and I guess
Yeah.
they parents put a lot of money in it because during the summer we would have these summer camps, and I always thought
Right.
the summer camps were really cool. But in a
Yeah.
way, those summer camps were like kind of like a way to kind of like get yourself a little bit more reborn, because even though it was like you would have fun and there were just groups and the people from all over the country would come together, and
Right. So you didn't go to public school growing up?
yeah, I went to public school.
Oh, but just Sunday school will be with the church.
Yeah, I was just talking about church specifically
Oh, okay, okay. So
because I went to church every Sunday.
yeah, yeah. Growing up, did you know many Catholics? Not really.
Mm, no, not really. Not really.
Yeah, I
When
was
I
telling. No, go ahead.
Go ahead. Well, when I was born in Corpus Christi, we went to we went to no, we didn't even go to a Catholic church then. It was called it was First Christian. The name of it was First Christian Church. So I guess that would be considered a Baptist church as well.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, I was telling the guys recently how where I'm at, everybody, all the gliders, as far as I knew, they were pretty much Catholics, because here we have what Polish, we have Italians and Irish for the most part, and they're all Catholic. But to be fair, I
Yeah, that
wasn't
makes
going around
sense.
asking people like, "Hey, what are you?" I wasn't necessarily asking them necessarily, right? But even to this day, right now, they're Catholic, but they're not like practicing Catholics. They're just
Yeah.
cradle Catholics, and I was intrigued to learn that there's people more that like Protestants were the majority, and I think Baptists fall under Protestant, but
Yeah,
Protestants were
it
the
is.
majority of like
Mhm.
Christians in this country, and
Mhm.
a lot of gliders never even met a Catholic, and that when I heard that, it tripped me out because again, I was like, man, that I didn't know that was a thing. Everyone I knew, and again, me being in Ombrito, everybody's pretty much Catholic for the most
Right.
part. I know friends that were not. Their parents were some other shit, but that just got my attention.
Yeah. Yeah. So, of course, Catholicism. I mean, I like the concept of it. You know, my wife who's not, my wife who was brought up like Nation of Islam kind of person. So
Okay. Really?
you
So
could say that
she's Muslim.
yeah, she's Muslim. Yeah, she won't eat pork. She
Yeah.
cooks me pork, but
Is
she
she still a
she
Muslim
has.
to this day?
I mean, I would say she is. The teachings that she has, they just don't go away. It's there to
Yeah,
stay.
yeah. I can understand that.
So, but my wife did say that she would be, because we don't have children yet, but she said that if we do, when we do, that she would like it to be Catholic, a Catholic school, Catholic church that we go to. And
Really?
I'm like, that's what she said she would be okay
How does
with.
that make sense?
Well, I mean, it makes sense for her because my wife has a bad taste in her mouth
Islam.
for Christians.
Okay.
Not for Christians, but
For
for
Baptist.
the Protestant Christians, because she thinks that they're stupid, and she thinks that they are kind of like, I'm not gonna say on that fisherman stuff, but kind of sort of on that fisherman stuff.
So that she thinks that they're very pro Jews crew.
Well,
Pro
it's not that she
Zionist.
thinks. It's not that she thinks that they are. They are. It's like
The
she
the
knows that
evangelicals,
they.
right? The
Yeah,
evangelicals.
evangelicals. Yeah,
They really
yeah.
believe in the whole Zionist shit.
Yeah, and so they're gonna follow, and she knows that they're gonna kind of just follow that until the Zion is complete, whatever it is that they
Right.
have to do.
For the
So
coming, second coming.
yeah, so because my wife knows all that, and she's kind of known all that like since like the age of like 13, 14. I think that's why she's saying, I would like to if we're going to raise our children in a church, it's going to be a Catholic church. Because the Catholics don't have that kind of belief. They don't have that evangelical belief.
Right, right. So what do you think about that? About that idea? Are you okay with that? Is that what you want to do too?
I mean, well, the thing is that I know how the Catholic Church is. It's like they're gonna make you put that work in,
Yeah.
They're gonna, and so it's like, that's pretty much it. I would have to, do the classes, do the
But it's
whatever it
not
is.
even like that hard work though. It's like it's quick. You
No,
know what I
I don't
mean?
think. Of course it's not.
And then once you do it, it's like it's pretty easy, dude. Like it's not very
No,
demanding. It's very
yeah,
forgiving. The
I
Catholic
know.
Church is very forgiving. It's like, do you repent? Yeah, I do. Did you confess? Yeah, I did. Okay, you're good. You know?
Right.
But I mean a sincere repent, not like some bullshit repent,
Of course,
Is
yeah,
the idea.
yeah. No, you have to believe in it. You have to, you
That,
know.
that's interesting though that you guys are both considering that. I think that's cool.
Yeah, yeah. And look, I gave you the reasoning why for it too. Because that will, if if my wife just hopped on the microphone right now, that's what she would tell
Yeah.
you.
The Zionist angle.
Yeah, the evangelicals, like and then she has one of her friends is like one of her friends for a long time.
Yeah.
They're like on that Brandon Tatum type shit.
What is he?
And
He's a Protestant?
no, no. It's not that he's a Protestant.
Oh,
I
he's a
mean,
super pro. Yeah, he loves the Jews. It's fucking annoying.
It's annoying. And
Did you see what Nick Fuentes said about that? He treated
I
his
mean,
ass.
yeah. I mean,
He's
doesn't
doing it for
matter.
free. Funny as fuck.
I know. There's no way that he's doing it for free. That's impossible.
But did you see
It's
what Nick
impossible.
Fuentes said though?
No, I didn't see what he said.
You gotta see it. Look, whenever you get a chance, go put on YouTube. Put Nick Fuentes Tatum.
I probably did see it.
It's funny as fuck.
I probably did see it because I mean, my wife listens to Fuentes regularly.
Oh, really?
Yeah, she listens to everything I listen to. She
You
has
like
her own stuff.
Fuentes?
Yeah, I fuck with Fuentes. You know, I don't really listen to him
Oh,
too much
so
though
you're a
because he's
groiper.
so. I'm Groiper adjacent for sure. You know, I can tell you about the first time that I met like the Groipers because it was around that 2023 time, and there were these people walking around on Twitter. I'd be joining Twitter Spaces,
Yeah.
and them Groipers, and there would be these groups, right? They would get on Twitter Spaces and they would almost like raid Twitter Spaces. They'll go in there and they'll just kind of like cuss out everybody, call everybody hard R's, call they just had racial slurs for everybody.
But it sounds counterproductive, doesn't it? What's the
It
purpose of that?
Well, what the purpose was, what it looked like to me, it looked like a whole bunch. It looked like a young energetic groups of gliders, kind of like trying to reclaim their throne,
Yeah,
trying to reclaim their throne
in
in a
their own
world
mind.
of in the world of roasting, where people sit here and all they do is bash and talk shit and whatever. They're like, hey, we do this. Hey, we have our
Right.
block, and this is what we do.
Yeah.
And
You know
so
you
and so, go ahead.
No, you know what? I like Fuentes, but my only thing about him, well, one of the things about him for me is and this is I don't know what do you think about this? My only thing is man, I need him to you gotta lift weights, bro. You don't even have to lift weights. Take steroids. Take the shortcut
What? Why?
and
Why?
and
Why that doesn't matter.
he looks so weak.
Yeah,
He looks like a
yeah,
weakling.
yeah. Have you ever seen Nick Fuentes'? He has a twin sister.
Oh, does he?
Yeah,
Oh wow.
yeah, yeah. She's real cute. She
Really?
she looks yeah. She looks like I can give you an example. She kind of looks like Ashley St. Clair. You know who that is?
No,
Elon's
no.
baby mama.
Oh, okay. I think I have an idea. Yeah.
Yeah, she kind of looks like that.
What is her deal?
Um,
Is she out in public talking too?
no, she's nowhere. I've never even heard anybody mention her.
Yeah.
The only person that I heard say it was Nick Fuentes, and this was like back in like 2021, and
Yeah.
he was the only person I ever heard mention it. But if you search on Google, you'll find it. You'll find a picture of them two together smiling,
Mm.
and you look at her and you're like, oh wow, she's gorgeous.
Mm. So what about Fuentes? Like, do you appreciate? Like, what does he say that
Um,
you besides the Jewish cruise ship? Well, that's one of the
no,
biggest things, right?
okay, that's the biggest thing, but it's not just that. It's just that he has he has there's just an energy that I like. There's an
He's
energy that he
smart.
brings.
He's a very smart
Yeah,
dude. He knows how to speak.
yeah, he does. But he
He's a
not only does
character.
he know how to, not only does he know how to speak, he knows how to troll. It's
Yeah.
like he knows how, when them sun people be like, when them sun people we see so many times pass away, and they say, what are you gonna miss most about him? And they'll be
Yeah.
like, he knew how to make me laugh. He knew how to make me smile. It's like Fuentes. I'm not gonna say that he knew how to make me laugh and smile, but that dude makes me laugh. It's
Yeah.
like on somebody sends him a super chat and he reads it,
Yeah, I've
and
seen
then he
that.
just goes off.
Yeah.
So it's interesting to and I also think that Fuentes is very relevant when it comes to pop culture, because I don't really know what these gliders be into. Actually, I kind of do know what these gliders are into because I call baseball games. I officiate baseball.
Okay.
So and baseball, that's like a glider sport. And so when I see what these, but I'm usually doing the age 13, 14.
Okay.
13, 14. That's usually because baseball is year round. Right now we're in summer ball, we're in fall ball,
Yeah.
and then we're gonna go on break, and then spring baseball starts right up in January, and then from right, and then after spring we go into summer ball, and then it just starts over.
Okay.
So, but one thing that I know about these gliders, is that they play around with that gay shit a little too much. It just seems like they do. That's just their.
You know, at that age, man, they're just fucking around though. Like at the age
I know they're
13 or
no,
so, it's
they
it's
are
like
they're fucking
completely fucked.
around. They're fucking around, but it
It's
just
too much.
seems like that's
Yeah.
90% of them. You know, that's 90% of them.
Yeah.
And they just be fucking around, but that's just what they
Yeah.
do.
I
And
think I
it's
think
like
what
you just I just can't get it. I just
yeah.
can't get jiggy with it.
I think when I was like 11, 12, 13, I think that's what we were doing too, to be honest.
Yeah.
Like, oh, you're gay, your mom. It was like jokes, mama jokes saying you're gay. It was like the
Well, yeah, it would be like that, but it would be a little bit. It wouldn't even be.
it
They
would be
would say
suspect.
no. The things that they would say, it's not even not only was it suspect, but
Oh shit, we
it was
got Akbag.
it was clever. Oh damn!
I
Welcome
was
back.
gonna say, let me guess. You've been mad. I've been awake this whole time.
Yeah,
I
that
know,
was
right?
well.
Yo,
Yeah, but
relaxation,
wicked.
I is back.
It would be clever and suspect. So it's like the
Yeah,
things that they would say. It's like you would realize they put thought into it, and you're like,
yeah.
what the fuck,
But you know what I like about Fuentes for sure is he makes arguments that he makes points that are hard to argue against. Like some of the shit he's thrown at all these different people. Yeah, argue back. I'm curious, like Shapiro. Argue back, man. I want. He makes a good point. Prove him wrong, and you cannot.
no,
You
they
can't prove him
can't. They
wrong because
can't.
what he's saying is
No,
true.
yeah, they can't. It's very. Yeah, I know. They
It,
can't
it,
prove them
it's
wrong.
so
They could
true
only
that
attack them.
yeah, I think yeah, exactly. I think it's what he's saying is so true that they gotta delete him. I think that there's no way they don't delete him. The Juice Crew.
Well, no, I don't think that they're gonna delete him. I'm telling you, when the Charlie Kirk thing happened, you saw the pivot that Fuentes made. You saw it, and not only did you see it, but because right after that Charlie Kirk thing, what's this lady's name? I listened to her, Kim Iverson. You know, Kim
Yeah, I
Iverson,
see
she's
her
a good
too.
person.
Yeah,
Kim Iverson put out a video saying the Groypers will be blamed for this.
yeah,
And then shortly after that, I saw Ben Shapiro. I saw Ben Shapiro on Bill Maher, and Bill Maher is kind of like saying, "Hey," almost blaming the Groypers, and Ben Shapiro's like, "No, this is not a Fuentes guy. This is not a Fuentes guy, and the only reason I know that is because this guy murdered Charlie because Charlie was extreme. Nick Fuentes people, they think that Charlie's not extreme enough." So when I saw Ben Shapiro basically saying Fuentes didn't do it, I was like, "Oh, okay. So that means that they're not going to take him out
no,
because
no.
if
Hold up, dude. I guarantee you they're gonna take him out. Look, I guarantee you. Look, listen. You know about
yeah,
the Sun Man that tried deleting him, right? You heard about that
the
one?
Sun Man, it was a glider.
I thought it was a Sun Man. I'm
No, it
pretty
was a
sure it was a
glider.
Sun Man.
It was a glider, bro.
The
It
the
was a
one that
glider
the
that killed
police had to delete.
the one that killed like a whole family before
Oh, okay,
and
so it was a glider
driving a
then.
motorcycle. Yeah, it was
I
a
could have
glider.
sworn it was a Sun Man, but in any
No, if it
case,
was the Sun Man, then I guarantee you Tariq Nasheed would have been up here talking about how the dude was a tether. But nah, it was a glider.
well, in any case, think about. I think that's how they're gonna delete him. The same way with Charlie,
I
actually.
mean, that no, I don't know the
Think
whole
about how
Charlie thing.
this person traveled across state lines to go delete this dude.
Yeah, no, I know. I
And,
mean, he did, and he didn't even make it to the door.
I thought he did. I thought he was knocking on the door.
Well, no, he was knocking to the door. He was knocking on the door, but I guess what I'm saying is he didn't make it
In
like
the
inside the
door.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The police came.
So it's like, yeah. So
But
it's like the police came. He was looking. Apparently, Fuentes was looking at the guy
security camera.
while doing his live stream.
Yeah.
And then this dude, shot to the neighbor's dogs.
Oh, did he?
Yeah, the neighbor had two
That,
pit bulls
that's how you know he's a scumbag.
Yeah, I know. And then people ain't even talk about that.
Right.
People ain't even they ain't
Cause
talk
they,
about it when it happened.
cause they hate him. Cause they hate that dude. I'm telling you right now, dude. The way I think the Juice Crew works is they're able to pull emotional strings of people on people, right? Just throw information out into the social media, into the mass media, and into the mass communications, and people will react to it whether they realize it or not, dude. And they'll act upon it. If they say enough times, oh, he hates alphabets or he hates sons, and just keep throwing that on there. He hates Juice Crew. He hates. He's a hell. He's a Nazi.
Yeah.
It'll motivate one of these people to go delete him, dude.
Yeah, no, the only person that I mean, I just can't see it. I can't see it happening. The only person that would be the one to take him out would be an actual smart, but anything's possible. Trust me, anything's possible.
Yeah, for sure.
But
What do you think about Fuentes saying that he's an incel? I'm not a fan of the incels, dude. Personally, there's no excuse to be an incel.
Hey, look, I remember on Facebook, I realized at first I didn't think the whole incel thing was a thing. I thought that everybody kind of, took what they can get kind of thing.
Yeah.
And then I remember I made a comment. I made a comment on some dude raging. Some dude, he wasn't raging, but he was just kind of like sitting here. He did like a little video, and he was like, "Oh yeah, so this woman that I just was desperately into when I was in high school, I saw her I saw her 7 years later. I see her, and she has like 2 kids, and she tells me, 'Hey, what's up?' And he's like, 'No, bitch, I'm not gonna sit here and be your.' He just said a whole bunch of. He just looked real silly to me.
Yeah.
And I basically said that this dude looks whack. Like, I don't know what I said, but I got attacked by a lot of people in that comment. A lot of people were coming at me, and I think somebody called me a pick-me, and I was like, "What the hell's going on? Does nobody believe in chasing a woman just for the sport, at least for the sport,
right? For the rejection.
Yeah, well, not even for the rejection, but for the closure of smashing.
Yeah, you just never know.
And then you'd be like, yeah, you smash them, and then you're like, okay, mission complete. And
Right.
I'm not really feeling you like that.
Yeah, exactly. That sums it up in a nutshell, really.
Yeah, but no, people weren't feeling that, so I was like, dang.
It's like they were mad at women, right? It's like they were mad at women for something.
Yeah. Well, yeah.
But he said he was an incel, though. I've heard him say outright that he's an incel.
I've heard him say that too, but I've also heard people because they're a good YouTube couple. I think they're called the Base Camp on YouTube or whatever. The things that they put out is really worth the listen, because they do deep dives or whatever, but they look incredibly weird.
What is it? The base camp?
Yeah, based, when people say based,
yeah,
and then camp. So base camp. And
right.
It's a husband and wife. It's a husband and wife, and they both got them thick black glasses, that make them look like they a couple of pedophiles or something like that. But no, they're just an autistic couple that have like several children through IVF. But they do a lot of relatable pop culture videos and politics and things like that. So there was one where they were talking about Fuentes, and they were basically saying whether Fuentes was gay, whether he was an incel, or whether he was a virgin. And what they were saying is that they were saying that no, Fuentes is so comfortable with his sexuality that he literally flirts with people like he's gay. They're like, that's not a gay man. And then somebody else said that Fuentes just acts like he's a virgin, but he really just, he has casual sexual relationships with women or
Mm.
whatever. It's like people just don't know about it. So they're almost saying that the Nick Fuentes
It's a character.
thing it's a gimmick.
Mm.
You
Yeah.
know,
He said that he's
so
saving himself for marriage or some shit. But
right,
I mean,
right.
I don't. I think I don't believe it myself because I'm sure he has money, dude. And if girls like one thing, it's money.
Yeah, yeah. And you've seen those books that they're writing that like are about they're or these are like Reddit books, or not even books. It's more of like fan fiction that these weirdos just write, and they're talking about. They're not even weirdos. They're just lefty women, and they're talking about how they're looking forward to being raped by a Nick Fuentes. You
What?
know,
And then what the
yeah.
fuck
So
is that about?
I don't know, but he talked about it on the show. He was like, yeah. And then, of course, you got a bunch of detractors trying to use that against him when in reality, they don't even want to talk about what the women are talking about, because we're talking about those lefty women that literally hate men. And there's literally, while they're sitting here talking about how they hate men and men are useless, they're sending him DMs about how they want to be great by him. So it's really weird. This Gen Z crowd is really weird, but
Yeah, I never heard that.
yeah, no, it's out there. It's out there. As a matter of fact, it's probably on the base camp where I found it. But
Oh,
this is
okay.
but this is like all stuff through. The only reason you don't know about it is because that is stuff through Reddit.
Yeah.
Apparently the Reddit people, they're a bunch of slobs. They're a bunch of I don't know.
Yeah.
They're
But look, dude, I'm telling you, because I'm sure you watch Fuentes on Rumble, right? That's where he's at, right?
Yeah, he's on Rumble.
So
That's where
so
I
when
watch
I
him.
so when I do watch him, he has like 40, 60 people in the chat, like 40, 60,000, right? That's a lot of people, dude. That's a lot of people that are taking in that anti-Juice Crew
hmm
ideology. And those people don't play that, dude. They don't play that shit at all. You know what
I
I mean?
think I think the thing that's gotten blown up so big to where there's not really much that the Juice Crew can do. They just kind of have to. They just have to secure more power, which is what they have been doing. They've
Exactly. I was
secured.
gonna say they've been doing that. Didn't
Yeah,
they just buy TikTok?
yeah. So they've
They,
secured. Yeah, so that's all they can do is secure more power and maybe inch closer and closer and closer to removing the rights of people. They've already done that. They've already disarmed UK. They've already disarmed Germany. They've disarmed Ireland. Well, Ireland is actually fighting back up tough, but they've disarmed Spain, New York. I mean, America. They're They're working on it. But yeah,
So
they just want to. They
so
just
what
want
do
to. They have to take over the Gentile nations.
yeah. So what do you think of what me and Fisherman say when we speak about Christianity being Jewish crew propaganda, ancient Jewish crew propaganda? What do you think
I
about
mean,
that?
I think that there's truth in it. I mean, I think there's a lot of truth in it, and I don't. And I think that people can't run from that truth either.
No, you can't. You can't. Look, if we can
You're gonna
agree,
have to confront it. You're gonna have to confront it head on.
yeah. Look, and I always said it here, man. Like I'm literally practicing Catholic, right? I'm not just
Mm,
like saying that I'm Catholic. Like I actually try to do my best to be a good Catholic. Right? I go to church. I read the Bible every day, dude. I look at the mass
oh,
reading every day. You know what I mean?
nice.
And whatnot.
So you're doing. See, you're doing more than I do. You know.
Well, yeah. I mean, and look, it makes me feel good, dude. It really does. Like I shit you not, brother. I
Yeah.
think there's never a bad time for a prayer, for a quick prayer, right? Whether it's like
Mm,
a Hail Mary or our Father, and it really does give me a serenity, a peace, right? But with that said, I do struggle with the whole juice crew aspect of it, right? You know how they're
right.
the like the, all of the background is juice crew, and I don't necessarily believe in that myself. So when I
Mm,
do pray, that's kind of a thing that I like reflect on with God, as far as
mm,
I don't believe in that, and if I am wrong, my heart,
mm,
forgive me and guide me to the truth. If that is the truth, then guide me to it. But I just
right.
can't. I just don't believe that the Jews crew are a Jews crew is our Lord and Savior. I don't believe. I mean, and I struggle with that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I know that. But again, I know that's what the Bible says, and I know if a fisherman, obviously we know what he thinks about it. We've talked about it here. What do you think about that?
Well, I mean, I don't put much thought into it. I, I mean, I do. I do look at it like. I do look at it like if I'm talking about God, if I'm always going to be talking about God, then I know that I'm going to be talking about Jesus Christ,
Yeah,
and
exactly.
I know that, or at least I believe that I learned that, the point of talking about Jesus Christ is like to know how far you should go, or at least what you should believe in before you die. Like, for example, and my wife, because like I said, my wife is really into a lot of books. We'll just call them, for lack of better words, we'll call them Jews books.
Yeah.
And the Columbine shooters, did you know that they were Jews crew?
What was it?
The
Oh, the word day? I didn't
Columbine,
know that.
yeah, they were.
Oh
They
wow.
were. Mhm. I also learned, from my wife who reads these JQ books, is that the Mormons are very heavily invested in Zionism as well.
Yeah. Well, but look, dude, look, listen, man. At the end of the day, let's be honest, man. Juice Crew are gliders. They are, dude. I know that the Juice Crew themselves try to differentiate themselves, and gliders try to differentiate them from them, but they are
Mm,
gliders, dude. Sometimes you can't
yeah,
tell them apart at
I
all, dude.
mean Eastern European, but
Can you tell
but
them apart? Sometimes you can
no,
tell them apart, but sometimes you cannot. A
no,
lot of times you cannot.
well, no, you're talking about Ashkenazis,
But they're Juice Crew. Those are Juice Crew
they
as well.
are. Yeah, I know, but those are the ones that you're talking about that are gliders, because
Right.
you can have somebody who is a Sephardic Jew, and they look
And
like
they look more Sandman.
yeah, yeah, they'll look like a Sandman, but
No, they look like a
yeah,
Sandman.
oh, a Sandman, yeah,
Yeah.
no,
They look more Middle Eastern, but even they
mm,
look like gliders. You know, I mean, you have some that have like a strong hook nose. You could tell maybe. Like if you see a rabbi, you know he's the Jews crew, right? Even if he doesn't have the outfit. But like the Columbine guys don't look like gliders, dude.
Yeah, I know. But the thing is that they weren't. They were, they were Juice Crew, and not only were they Juice Crew, but they, kind of read up on, the stuff that is practiced amongst them. So it's like there are things that they kind of participate in and practice in, and I think to myself, like during the Enlightenment time, I've heard about how the Juice Crew was looked at during that time, or what was that? Maybe no, maybe that was Reformation, during the Reformation period.
Okay.
So once upon a time, families were told, "Hey, be wary of these Juice Crew because they're looking to kidnap. They're looking to kidnap the innocent people to sacrifice because they need that for their religion."
Okay.
Yeah.
Look, so, I mean, look. Do you? They look like gliders to me, dude. The Columbine shooters.
Yeah. I mean,
They they
they
don't.
no, they do look like gliders.
I mean, one of them,
I
their
mean,
name was Eric Harris, right? Was he a Juice Crew?
I don't know. I don't know. I just know. I just know that there's a book. There's a book that she's reading where they just go into detail about every other situation. I don't know. There's plenty of I don't. And that book was written, or that book came out in like 2016.
Right.
So it's pretty new. It's pretty new, but they're still categorizing things from way back when and bringing it all the way to the present time.
Yeah. Well, one thing's for sure for me, dude. I
Well,
was
basically,
never
see what it is they're actually Talmud followers.
okay.
So they follow that book and they read it and they get lost in the mysticism.
Like
And then
gypsies or some shit.
yeah, and then they just kind of act on it, plot and scheme, and then act on it.
But you know what, dude? I've never been a fan of the whole like Gentile and anti-Semitic bullshit. I don't believe in that shit. Fuck you. Why the fuck did you get your own fucking category and everybody else is a Gentile? Why?
Because they're the chosen people.
Right, but look, again, I just a second ago I mentioned how I don't think they're chosen nothing personally.
Well,
You
no,
know,
I don't either. But they wrote the book. I guess they get the first choice, right?
so then they could write the book and they could use it if they want, but why do we have to use it? I don't believe in that shit. That anti-Semitic
I
shit.
think I think we have to use it because they pay they pay
Yeah.
a few people a lot of money to look away.
See, now when you put it that way, I could respect that, but I'm not getting any money, so fuck them. You know what I mean?
I know. Hey, fuck them.
Like
But
the
or you could just say fuck it and go ahead and start shitting on Candace Owens maybe about 10 tweets a day, 10 to 30 tweets a day, and maybe that money will start coming in.
yeah. So what do
What a
you and your wife think
sacrifice.
about? What do you and your wife think about Candace Owens?
Well, my wife listens to Candace every day.
You know my girl too. I don't know how much
Does
she
she
listens
really?
to. She does, and I don't know how much she does, but I know she has, and she does to what degree I don't know. She's
Yeah.
mentioned it to me, But I mentioned
Okay.
to her that I don't listen to her. I don't watch Candice. I don't really
Okay.
watch any of those people because I'm annoyed by the whole like script, right? Like if Matt Walsh is talking about it, Michael Knowles is too, and Tatum is too, and Nick Francis is
Mhm.
too, and it's like I don't know, they're all talking about the same shit, you know?
I don't I don't think I don't think that I don't think that Fuentes and Matt Walsh or Michael Knowles should be in the same category. Fuentes needs to be in the category of I don't know, maybe a Myron Gaines or a Tucker Carlson or Candace Owens.
But they're all of those are in the conservative like box. You know what I mean? You could put
Yeah.
them all under the conservative umbrella. Myron
But
Gaye, even
Nick's not really Nick has a lot of
he was a huge.
democratic values.
Well,
Like
even he himself talked about how he pushed for Ted Cruz before he was a Trump guy. So he's
yeah.
in one way or another, he's a conservative. One way or another.
Well, he said that his grandma used to listen to Mark Levin.
Right. Right.
And so because of that he listened to Ben Shapiro.
Yeah. And he said,
you know that story.
yeah, and he also said how he used to listen to Bill O'Reilly because it was in the background, right? So,
Right.
I mean, I will put him under the conservative box. Although
Nah, he is.
although Nick in particular likes to rock that boat, and he does get out of the box more than the others, but
Yeah.
they all have the same like script, and I don't like that shit personally. It's kind of like the liberals to me. You know how the liberals all have the script. Like if you watch MSNBC and you go to CNN, and they're all talking about like they're using the same exact words. It's the script, right? I don't like that shit.
Yeah.
But I try to read between
No.
the lines. That's kind of why I'm drawn to Ox channel, right? Because it's very raw. It's off the cuff, right? Like we're literally
Right.
like some of the shit that we see, Og has never even seen. And you know this. When we go back in time, Og's learning with us. Like here, none of us here like knew how much bullshit we were told about history, how much of a lie
No.
it was. Like I had an idea, but I didn't know it was that bad, dude. And if I were to explain to someone outside of this bubble, they wouldn't believe me. They'd be like, "Oh, you just hate black people," and it'd be like, "No, they literally lied to us." You know.
Yeah.
But that's why I like this show in particular. That it's different in that sense. Even though I don't agree with everything Ike says, some of the shit he has said, I completely disagree with. You know what I mean? And that's all right.
Like what? Like what?
One of the things that comes to mind is like the what was one? One that comes to mind is the girl with the hot water, with the boiling water.
Oh.
Right? I don't think he had to blow her away like that. I
Okay.
mean,
I didn't think so either.
and I said that he kind of like thought it was justified, and that's fine. Whatever, I don't really care.
Yeah. And then
That
Og
was one.
burned himself. And then Og burned himself, and then he even more justified it.
he burned himself to justify it, right? He's showing us a burn like you see.
I know, man.
But I just think that cop could have taken a couple steps back,
I know. That's it. That's it.
But really though, with that said, that whole video, dude, and the incident, those cops went above and beyond, dude. Like a lot of like departments wouldn't do everything they did. This lady called because she heard some noise. If those cops got there, right, around here where I'm at in Chicago, right, if the cops would have heard that, they would have like looked like where they're standing. They would have turned their neck around and they didn't see anybody. Call us back if anything, and they would have left. Those cops, dude, if you remember, they were like going under they were like moving racks. They were going into sheds. They were moving. They were there for like 30 minutes looking, right?
Yeah.
They went above and beyond. They even went as much as to go inside her house. They went inside to get her ID, to document everything properly. I'm telling you, dude, that I was like, that alone was
And
incredible to me.
but then the cop just flipped the switch. He was like, "I'll shoot you in the fucking face." Like
Right.
I'm
Because
like,
she said I rebuke you or some shit. And
yeah,
I will say that I'm sure that the body camera doesn't capture everything. Everything that whatever he saw, I'm sure it didn't capture everything. But even if she was gonna throw the boiling water on him, I think he could have gained space. Unless he couldn't have. It could be that he couldn't have, but I just feel like he could have. He could have backed off, But I know I didn't believe in that. And then recently he was talking about Jeffrey Epstein. He was kind of like, and I knew he was gonna say that before he said it, just knowing him. He was gonna take the angle of these girls are whores. They're just like, girls gone wild. And I don't,
wait, what are you talking about?
he did a show recently on how Jeffrey Epstein and how they
Yeah,
were gonna release the files and
uh,
um and who was on there and what they did and who these victims were. And I was talking about how these girls were having fun. They were on boats
yeah,
and yachts with rich guys. They wanted to fuck. They were like having
yeah,
the time of their life. Now, maybe
right,
so. I don't necessarily think that, but even if that was the case, that doesn't take away from the fact that these dudes were taking advantage of them and they were
yeah,
abusing them. And what they did, I think, was abhorrent. You know what I mean?
right, yeah.
Like,
But I know what you're talking about, Wicked. But can I refer you to a movie that you should check out? It
yeah,
has it's called Prime Cut. Prime Cut with Gene Hackman and Lee Marvin. Now, one thing
prime
about
cut.
this movie, yeah, one thing about this movie was what I found interesting was that uh, because basically, they were talking about child trafficking, but they almost made it not like it was look. Not, they didn't. I'm not going to say they made it look cool, but they almost made it look like it's just part of life. It's just one of the just another racket that we're a part of.
Yeah, yeah. Well,
And
look,
Sissy Spacek, the chick that played in Sissy, the lady that played um, as Carrie in 1984 as Carrie, she was one of the prostitutes in it, and then Lee Marvin ended up just kind of like taking her home with him. Lee Marvin, he's like 60, got this 14-year-old. I don't know. It's just wild when you think about it. So
yeah. Well, I mean, look, just because human trafficking is, I guess it exists, doesn't mean that we
mhm,
should just accept it as, well, what are you gonna do?
yeah, no, I kind
I,
of honestly, I'm at the point where I kind of think like, what are you gonna do? When you
you
look
know,
at other Eastern countries, it seems like the West is the only place where we have laws for legal age girls and things like that nature.
yeah. As we should. I think
So
as
it's
we
like
should.
so we're like a modern country in that way.
Yeah. Um, the Western world, right? We like to claim that we're like the beacon, right? We're the West.
Mhm.
Is that not something that we claim?
That
Don't the
is.
don't the Gliders claim that? Now obviously there's a couple of hiccups going on right now in society in the West, but those issues aside, if you're gonna claim, look, stop claiming that. Stop claiming it, and then it doesn't matter then at that point. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think. But me personally, I think that the man that did that should be held accountable. And not only that, dude, but I think most importantly, the victims to me, I think are important, but victims aside, right? I
Mhm.
want to be put at the forefront the fact that Israel is engaging in child trafficking to extort politicians in America, dude. I think the American public needs to be aware the extent that Israel is pulling strings in America to the point where they have blackmail on our leaders.
See, the thing is that I think that there's never been a point where American citizens were woken up to that stuff than they are right now. But back in the 60s, they were really woken up by it. They kind of knew about it. They knew about it from people like Richard Nixon. And Richard Nixon's because there was this one point where Richard Nixon he had a vice president, and Israel hated that guy because he was basically saying he was basically telling Americans not to trust Israel, and either way this guy ended up having to step down. And then shortly after that you had the Watergate, where Nixon stepped down, and then they kind of came back in with the whole Zionist movement thing, and they continued just selling America down the river.
Yeah.
And I believe, and I even see, and the reason why I don't believe that Fuentes will be assassinated is because I think that he will eventually have to take that Zionist money.
Oh, you think so?
Yeah, and I think he'll probably just take it because it's going to guarantee him to be able to. I believe that Nick Fuentes wants to be president. I believe that that's what he wants, and I believe that.
He's so young, right? He's like, how young is he? Like 22, 23?
No, he's like 27 or something like that. So he's a young man, but he's not 18 anymore. Even though we look at him when we see him as that 18-year-old. But
yeah.
So I just had the feeling that I just had the feeling that he would, he'll take that money. But then again, I don't know if anybody. Bottom line is, I know that never has there been a time where there has been this many people that have been awakened to what's been going on.
Right.
What's
and
been
that's
going
what
on to them.
And they don't like that shit, I'm telling you. And he's a part of that, I think. Hey,
No,
bro,
he is a part of it.
Hey, bro, I got a long day tomorrow, man. I gotta get going. Same black time.
Yeah.
Same black time.
Hey,
I'm out of
already
here.
too,
All right,
man.
bro.
Yeah, I gotta take my wife's car to the show. All
All
right,
right, bro.
peace.
All right, be safe.
Good talking with you.